upon the silver lining, yeah. And when I swing by, I'll fling away your troubles, yeah. When I swing by, you shine. And I know that life can often be a struggle, but you soon be feeling fine when I swing by. Wisdom is earned in the dark, I keep believing. A falling guy can be like losing part of you. I try to learn even when I take a beating. Ambition weaves away, then failure can't get through. And when the clouds are blotting out the sky, I swing upon the silver lining, yeah. And when I swing by, I fling away your troubles, yeah. When I swing by, you shine. And I know that life can often be a struggle, but you soon be feeling fine when I swing by. And I know it's not easy, so much is gone. But keep growing, keep dreaming, and go pass it on. And when I swing by, I fling away your troubles, yeah. When I swing by, you shine. And I know that life can often be a struggle, but you soon be feeling fine when I swing by. When I swing by. Oh yeah, here I go. Oh, here I go.
This is Alfredo, and you're listening to BTCV Radio. We have fun here in the Batcave. What kind of fun, you ask? Let me break it down for you. I'm Giovanni Alfredo, voiced like butter through radio, in practice kinda messy, but for a snack delicioso, playing music at my booth. Robin's pounding at the door, saying they need more bread, as if that's something I can afford. Master Danz pays me pennies. I have to save up just to get Wendy's twice a month, my only lunch. Outside of clothes, I don't weigh a bunch. I mainly rummage through the trash, eating whatever I can find. Stale, spoiled, moist, or rotten. Close your eyes, hope you don't die. Bats biting at my neck, bats biting at my shins, and biting at my nose, and biting at my ears, and biting at my taint, and biting at my nips, and bite. There's just a lot of bats. They all bite. Alfredo. I'm Alfredo. I'm gonna break it down for you, y'all. You ready? I'm ready. We're all ready here. I'm Alfredo. Getting greasy day and night, fixing up the Danzmobile. You think he'd once hire a mechanic or at least provide a decent meal. He makes me cook him rich cuisine as he paints his city red. All the while, the Robins and I hope one night he ends up dead. Now, don't get me wrong, the Bat Dance is all our hero. I'm just saying my paycheck could use a few more zeros. In the end, I'm here for love and hardly to clown around. I'll leave that to the Joker because Alfredo broke it down.
Perfecto. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Danz Cave. I was not expecting to be able to stream today, but here we are. Liz has today off, and I thought I was going to be babysitting Coop today, and then she was like, "Oh, I was going to sleep out here," and I was like, "Oh, I could stream then." So here we are. Hello. Hey.
Oh, what's this? A recipe at this hour in this part of the country.
Localized entirely in your stream.
May I see it?
No. Becker. Oh my gosh. Y'all are so sweet. Okay, first off.
Helps.
It does. Every little bit helps. I appreciate that. But okay, let's see here. I gotta say hi to everybody, and then I will thank everybody for your very generous contributions. What's happening? Yeah!
Hype. Another month of great streams.
Hell yeah. Dude, y'all are so sweet. Well, hold on. let's go to this. I'm going to say hi to everybody. Everybody, Guttural Nutria, Stoner Messiah 666, Mike Evans 94, Ricky P 1996, iFrag'em. Thank you for the 2 years in the Danz Cave. I appreciate that, bud. How you doing, iFrag'em? How you doing, everybody? Let's see here. Did I already say hi to Dlackenbecker? Dlackenbecker, hello. JJ Fence Jumper, hello. Guttural, thank you for the 42 months. That is ridic. Thank you so much. You may not see my resub Borealis. What? That's a Simpsons reference. Not Dragonborn, hello. Dlackenbecker, thank you for the $5 tip. Y'all are so sweet. Ricky P, Jamora Stevie, hello. Woman Chill Out, hello. Hello. Skyrim? Yeah, it's the Skyrim song. Oh my god.
I appreciate what you do. Thanks for everything.
Thank you. I appreciate your support for doing that. Oh, do we have a hype train going on right off the bat? Hell yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Very, very sweet of y'all. You can't see me, but I'm sitting at my desk currently. I'll get over to the shelf here in a moment. Ooh, it looks crooked. I gotta fix that. I want to thank really fast. I tweeted yesterday just about like how I wasn't going to be able to stream because we're taking care of Cooper. He is recuperating, funnily enough, recuperating. Get it? Lemony Zest, thank you for the 37 months. Hell yeah. Appreciate that, bud. Thank you, everybody, for being so sweet. Yeah, I tweeted yesterday, just like wasn't sure when I was going to be able to stream again. We got put really behind on the cost of surgery and all the stuff that we had to get to care for Cooper. And obviously I have not been streaming a lot last, week or so because that's what we've been dealing with. It's been a lot of sleepless nights, but worth it to take care of him. And he is healing up great. The thing we were worrying about was inflammation right after his surgery and whether or not he would have to have his leg amputated if it got really bad. And luckily, we've been very diligent and vigilant on icing his leg, and he's had some anti-inflammation medication that he's been on, and he's just been he's been acting like nothing's going on. Oh, Maple of the Syrup! My goodness, welcome to the Danz Cave, Maple of the Syrup. I love that name. So things are looking really good. He is healing up great. He is plucky and acting like nothing is going on. And so we are very thankful for that, but he keeps trying to get his cone off and he's just been a little acting up as a cat would do because he has to sit in a cage all day long. Cooper's recouping, yeah. Hey, Vanilla Inky. My goodness. Okay. So yeah, I tweeted that, things are kind of tight right now, and I tweeted out the Streamlabs link just in case anybody wanted to tip and help out, recover for Cooper's surgery a little bit, and also help us pay rent, which is coming around. Yaylee!
You're awesome, and go Cooper.
You're awesome. No, you're breathtaking. Thank you for the 44 months in a row. That is ridiculous. Thank you so much for the support, bud. That is very sweet of you, Yaylee. Hell yeah. 60% on the hype train. I appreciate that, y'all. So yeah, I tweeted that, and I tweeted that people could tip, and we got a few tips here that I wanted to read out. Guttural Nutria, thank you for the $10 tip. My order for a book got canceled and the payment was refunded, but I already consider that money spent, so where better to relocate it? All of the Dan's love to you, Liz and Coop. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that, Guttural. Hackrahead, thank you for the $10 tip and the amazing art. If you did not see the art that Hackrahead did, let me save it to this computer because I haven't saved it on this one. My goodness, he did an amazing depiction of Cooper as a stormtrooper, and he looks so fucking amazing. Like, his art is incredible. His art is absolutely incredible. Let me show it to you actually here. Let's do this. This will be a little bit easier. Hey, look at that. Bam. Look at this. Look at this art. Like, this is like, if you zoom in all the way, hold on. Like, you can see the paint strokes. This isn't like a picture. Like, this is art. He did art of Cooper as a stormtrooper, and it looks so fucking good. That is incredible. He's an amazing artist, Meal, and Cooper Trooper. I'm just so impressed by this. It looks so good. I just like the lighting, like the rim lighting on his side, like the light and the light coming through his ears. Like, this is ridiculous. Storm Cooper, I agree with that. Anyway, I love it. Amazing. Thank you for the $10 tip, Hackrahat, as well as that amazing picture. I showed it to Cooper immediately, and he just kind of stared at me like, what? And I was like, that's you don't see it? But yeah. Real Snowman's 32, thank you for the $20 tip. And Yaley, thank you for the $10 tip yesterday. Very sweet of you. Y'all are so sweet. I can't appreciate your support enough. And I'm a lucky son of a bitch to have anybody, who has my back like that. Max, how are you doing? Looks good. Great. Thank you. Yeah. Well, I didn't do it. Hackrahat did. The guy who did the Batman right there that you see on the background here. Man, y'all, I shaved. It was a mistake. It was an immediate mistake. And Max, by the way, editing wise, I'll get back to working on the prop hunt here soon. Lemony Zests. Cooper Coop. Thank you for the $35 and 21-cent tip. Very sweet of you. My goodness. Thank you so much, buddy. Hey, bringing us around to 200 on the tips goal. Hell yeah. It's cool. I know you had stuff going on. Yeah. Well, so I would have been done with the next episode, but I decided to start working on a full version of the What OK remix to that song that I started working on. I can actually play a little preview of it. This is actually an older version. You shush, Miracle Sound. I was working on it, and I don't have my other computer on that has the edit, but I was working on a full version of that. Here, let me play you portions. Obviously, this is the part that was in the actual song, or in the video.
Okay.
If y'all didn't know, I do editing for Max with his prop hunt with sneaky preview, yeah. Prop hunt with Sea Nanners, Sark, and Chilled, and I made a little edit, and this is a fuller version of that.
What? Okay.
What?
Okay.
What?
Daddy's got a bang bang.
You see something?
So this part, I'm actually going to change all of the lines that are right here because it doesn't work very well. But this section is very, I mean, it's all temporary, but this section is the least finished of all the sections. And it picks up when Max is like, do you want your friends released? That's going to stay in there. And then it goes into everything else is relatively final beyond that, but I haven't added any audio effects. It's just the kind of the raw audio mixed in there. Just an FYI. Here's the rest.
I do.
Where?
I do. Backside of the hotel.
Thought that was you. I thought you were one of these oranges. In the back, piece of wood. Behind the
wood.
Yep.
See, it's not rhythmic or anything. This one's not going to stay.
Gotcha. All right, nice. That was good. Do you want your friend released?
Got some build up.
Daddy's got a bang bang. Okay.
What?
Bang bang.
Daddy's got a bang bang.
Bang bang.
Daddy's got a bang bang.
Bang bang. Bang bang.
Made it.
Okay.
What?
Hey, they got brains half off down here.
What?
Okay.
Again, it's not mixed properly either. Okay.
What?
Okay.
What?
Okay.
What?
Okay.
What?
Daddy's got a bang bang.
So this part, and I am incredibly embarrassed, but it's actually kind of funny. Listen to the rest. I sing at this part. This is, look, it's real dumb. This is dumb. It's not supposed to be good.
Let's go.
Sounds better in person. I'm going to be honest. That didn't sound very good at all.
So that's that dumb thing that I was working on the other day. So I would have actually finished the regular episode edit had I not spent a whole day trying to do that. But yeah. Oh, thanks. Voice of an angel. I try. Daddy's got a bang bang. Daddy's got a bang bang. I'm probably gonna add extra like things in there on top of that. Again, it's relatively unfinished, but. So there's that. Hey, we're talking Blu-rays today. We're doing Blu-rays. We're going to be going through my Blu-ray collection. If you didn't know, that's what we're doing today. Things are coming up, Millhouse. So you're doing pretty good. Nice. Yeah, so there's that. And I hope you've been good, Max. How's Citadel Forged by Fire going? Are we still going to play that at some point, or you got your crew now? You got your crew. Let's see here. Closing this stuff out, and I'm gonna roll off and be on my phone for the rest of this. We'll see how it goes. Can't wait to see it. Yeah, buddy. What is happening? Maple of the Syrup.
Found you through GTA 4 multiplayer back in 2012.
Oh man!
I'm finally getting on Twitch, and I'm happy to see you here. Smile.
Hell yeah! Smile. Hey, speaking of Max, was that me, Max, and Seamus, or? Was that the BB? I can't remember. So many things. Still happy to play it. Yeah. Virtual Control. Hey, how are you doing? We were just going back and forth on Twitter. Yeah. Thought I should swing by and say what's up. Hey, Ohio. How are you doing? Virtual Control. Feel like it needs to be like Virtual Control. I have taken Virtual Control. Autobots roll out. That's what I always feel like I need to do. Anyway. Hey, Ohio. Yeah, your girlfriend's awesome. Virtual Control's girlfriend got him a Creatures poster for Valentine's Day. Super sweet. Saw the BB animated classic. Oh my God. Hey, BB. Thank you for the $25 tip, Maple of the Syrup. That was very sweet of you. Okay. Let's get around to this. We're going to be talking movies, going through my Blu-ray collection. That's a crooked angle. I got to fix that. I can actually sit, though. That's what's nice about this, is last stream, I had to stand the entire time because we were at the top of the shelf. So this is my Blu-ray collection. Let's level that out as much as I can. Does that look good? I'm just eyeballing it, but I think that's good. Daddy's gonna bang bang. That's in my head. Oh, guttural. You have to do it now since you already started. Oh my God, I'm giving a shout out to Virtual Control. Nice, I will do that. Hold on. This is the Blu-ray collection. Bum, 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 bum. Here, let's get Bane. We'll get Bane in the shot. Now I got to scroll back over to my computer. Okay, shout out to Virtual Control. Thank you for spending 5,000 bat points on that, Mr. Guttural. Put my headphones back in. That was awesome. Hell yeah. What was that GTA stream, The Birth of Two Tickets? Yeah, that one, I've got 2 tickets. I've got 2 tickets to paradise. Yeah, buddy. All right, here we go. Virtual Control. Let's see here. Shout out to Virtual Control via Guttural Nutria. If you don't know what a shout out, this is what a shout out is. You call that a knife? This is a knife. Here, let me go back over to here so the chat can be on screen. Here we go. Virtual Control. 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 Virtual for you. Virtual Control. 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 That was a pretty good one. Hey, Virtual Control, shout out to you via Guttural Nutria. Guttural Nutria, thank you for spending those 5,000 bad points. Very sweet. And Black and Becker, thank you for gifting Virtual Control the sub. Welcome to the Danz Cave, Virtual Control. Hell yeah. The love. Can you feel the love in the Danz Cave? Virtual Control. Assuming that's a Mass Effect thing, right? Like assuming direct control. I don't know things. I am not aware of things. You want me to hydrate? How dare you? Okay, here you go. Ready? You ready for this? Hey, speaking of like OG creature streams, I'm actually this hand mic I'm using currently is like the hand mic I had in the very first Creature House that we used for like the 24-hour live stream and such. Way back in the day. I don't follow Mass Effect news. While I will be playing through. You can't stop me. I will be playing through Mass Effect with the remasters. There's just no way I can avoid it at this point. Holy shit, what's going on? This is awesome. Yeah. That was a shout out. So I do like for 5,000 bat points. If you watch the stream, you earn bat points. If you're subscribed, you earn bat points twice as fast. Or 2.5 times, 2 times. I don't fucking know. And for 5,000 bat points, you can redeem a shout out, which is just like a loop where I do dumb shit. Have you never played through them? I've tried playing the first one like 4 times. Way back when. I think it was 2012, 2011. I think it was 2011. Before we moved out to the Creature House. I played the first like 4 or 5 hours of the game. And then once again, rinse, repeat. I think I did that again in 2012. And then I tried it on stream in 2017. And I was also still trying to get my YouTube back going around that time. And it wasn't going very well. And I didn't have that many people watching me. And I was just like very self-conscious about it. And I was like, I probably should focus on something that would do better. And then I just never played it. I've gotten to the same part like for the first like 5-6 hours of the game. And that's it. Once you get into it, though it's dope. Yeah, the first one's tough. But I want to play through them all. I like it. I always enjoy it. It's just, I don't know. I always get in my head. I think now I have a much better attitude in regards to getting around to doing playthroughs and such on the Twitch. Now that I'm more used to it. You love the first one? Played it 2 to 3 years ago. Oh man, I gotta get back to it at some point. Yeah, this is the microphone. This is like the OG microphone. I don't have the mic box for it anymore. But wish I did actually. It'd be cool if I had that still. Had like the Carl on it, and we had like the fake NPR Sandy Anderson. All right, so where we last left off on the shelf. I kind of rushed through this this shelf right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick back up on here. We're going to pick back up because I really blew through it because Liz was having issues with Cooper. But Cooper's a lot more chill now, so. Yeah. Trying to get it centered a little bit more. That looks good. Looks good, everybody. Looks good to me. Mass Effect 2 is the best one. Oh, audio paneling in the Danz Cave brought to you by NVIDIA. Oh, yeah, but was that? Wait, NVIDIA. Oh, because it's green and gray. It was actually really cheap. I think it was like $20 for like a bunch of squares. And yeah, I got some audio dampening, some echo dampening. Playing the third one modded out. So crazy. Idea, play through Mass Effect with Commander Shepard on repeat. Hey, thank you for the follow, Virtual Control. Can never be better than Commander Shepard. Commander Shepard. Commander Shepard. Yeah, playing through Andromeda Motto was the only way, so Glitchy agreed. Wish they could make a good Silent Hill movie. I know, right? Speaking of, is Silent Hill on this list? I think, yeah, we talked about it a little bit. I really kind of blew through it last time. Anyway, okay, let's go through. Let's pick up again. Spy, I was really distracted by that point. Spy Game, that's Robert Redford and Brad Pitt spy movie that my brother had on VHS that I kind of like half liked. I wonder if it's any like good. Oh, I'm actually like shaking the camera. Yeah, I'll stop shaking my leg. Oh, hi, The Room. Yeah, if you missed it, it's a signed copy of The Room by Tommy Wiseau. And it says, to to Daniel. May all your dreams come true. Love, Tommy Wiseau. Tommy Wiseau. 1/22/2013. So that's right. How many years ago is that? 8 years ago, something like that? My goodness. It's been too long. It's been too long, Tommy. Yes, The Room. But yeah, signed copy of The Room. Somebody was asking me, like last stream, what's my most valuable Blu-ray? And I'm like, I have no fucking idea. But I mean, somebody, I think Guttural said, like, that's the most valuable one. Is it true that if you don't use it, you will lose it? The 40-Year-Old Virgin. That movie is endlessly quotable. Do you like to do it yourself? All right. Yeah, A Little Bit of Sunshine. I still haven't seen it. I've heard really good things. Speaking of Steve Carell, I've always heard good things, and I still haven't watched it because I'm a terrible person. Max was dogging on me his last stream that I was in, where I mentioned I still haven't seen Princess Bride, and he's always so surprised. Every single time I tell him I haven't seen Princess Bride, he's just like, "You haven't seen that movie?" No, I have not seen Princess Bride. Funny little story, and I'll tell it because I was telling it in his chat. When I told him I was in a call with him back in 2011, and I told him that, and he was so shocked, and I was just like I was just so surprised at how surprised he was that I hadn't seen it. He was like, "Well, you're a movie guy, like, you know, I thought you would have seen it." And I was like, "Is it not? Is it inconceivable that I haven't seen, you know, one movie?" And he was like, "Have you seen it?" I was like, "No, I haven't seen it." He's like, "Are you fucking with me right now?" I'm like, "No, what are you like? What?" He was like, "That's like a line from the movie, Inconceivable. Like, that's a character is famous for saying the line Inconceivable." And I was like, "Oh no, I'm just like, I haven't seen it." I have since seen that, like, Wallace Shawn, like, Inconceivable. I have seen that since. Troll 2, oh my god. Dro! Hell yeah, Dro. Thank you so much for the 32 months, bud. Hell yeah. Troll 2, oh my god. They're eating her, and then they're gonna eat me. Oh my god. That movie is horrible. Best worst movie. The documentary is very fascinating. If you're a fan of Troll 2, watch it. It's depressing but good. Oh my god, Alex Delia, how are you doing? You met Tommy? I did not meet Tommy. That was a signed copy. Alex, you and I need to get up with each other. I'm the worst fucking person in the world. I was going through the RoboCops, and I was like, Alex and I are going to review it on my podcast eventually. We got the Robo Chips. RoboCop doo doo doo. RoboCop doo doo doo. RoboCop. That's the RoboCop, the animated series. Not. Apparently there were like 3 different RoboCop animated series. That's just, I think it was like the 90s one, or maybe even 2000s. I can't remember when that was. Just remember RoboCop like at one point he like shot a big robot into the air and he was like, "What goes up must come down." You are. Yeah, I know. I am the worst fucking person in the world. Oh, yeah, we need to talk about your script. Oh my god. I have notes, Alex. You hate Troll 2 so much. What is it? Nilbog! It's goblin spelled backwards! Alright. Mrs. Doubtfire, one of the best movies of all time, directed by the man who discovered America, quote unquote, Christopher Columbus. Yeah, there were 2. Yeah, I remember looking up like the RoboCop animated series intro, and then it wasn't the one that I remembered, and I was like, do I just remember it wrong? And I was like, oh wait, no, there's more than one. Can I please organize these in ABC order? Okay, Miles of Gaming. As you can kind of see on the whole thing here, the top is all specifically like franchises and my favorite movies. And then it goes down to like kind of prestige movies and directors, and then Disney. And then from here on, it kind of goes willy-nilly. I know they're out of order, but they were in color. They were color-coded for a while. See down at the bottom, it's like all black and red and black and white, and then like white, and then kind of like it was kind of blue there for a little bit. But subsequently, I have since just kind of let it all fall apart in regards to organization. I will reorganize all my Blu-rays. Yeah, don't worry about it. I will get that taken care of. That's actually going to be something I probably do here Once Cooper's all healed up. But that is a priority. I want to get everything kind of organized a little bit better because this is horrible. I'm trying to get this centered, please. Camera, stop. Wow. But yeah, a little bit scoped in there. First one was made by Fred Wolf and Sabin. I'm Sabin. Did the music for RoboCop. Oh my goodness, RoboCop. Way prefer the old RoboCop to the newer film. Yeah, well, of course. How's Cooper? He's doing better. He's healing, and he's doing good. He's actually kind of chilling out a little bit, but he's still like we're kind of on this eternal cycle where he's like he'll rest for most of the day / night, and then around when we feed him, he'll start to try to get his cone off. It's kind of a pain at points, but yeah. Let's keep going. Scarface. I have the Steelbook. I've never seen it. Yes, I know one day I will see it. Who directed Scarface? I know it was written by Oliver Stone. Oh shit! It's on the tip of my tongue. Who directed Scarface? Shit. Anyway, Choice Meat. Thanks for the 43 months Choice Meat with Prime Gaming. I appreciate that, bud. Shit. I'm blanking. I don't think it says it on the back. I think it's just like the world is yours. Brian De Palma, thank you. Okay, I don't have to look at it now. I knew it was like somebody with like a, that kind of name, like De Palma. Brian De Palma, the guy who directed the first of the Mission Impossibles and a million other movies. Gattaca's pretty good. Watched it in biology forever ago. Yeah, I still haven't seen Gattaca. We'll get to that. Leon the Professional, one of my favorite movies growing up. We talked about that last stream. If you are at all curious about the rest of the rest of the shelf that I have already gone through, we're picking up. This is a part 2, so you can watch the VOD on Twitch or it'll be on YouTube. It's going to be on the archive channel as well as I might cut it down and put it up on my YouTube channel, but it's a lot. This is a lot of stream. Like the last stream was 6 hours, so I talk about movies a lot. It's a film called Scarface from 1932. Yeah. Scarface is a remake. Absolutely. In a way. I've probably gotten asked this question a lot, but have you watched WandaVision? Yeah, I'm all caught up. It's real good. Gattaca is a solid favorite of mine too. Man, I'm going to get to that at some point. It's been on the list because I remember like listening to the audio commentary on Firefly way back in the day, and Joss Whedon mentioning like how he was listening to the Gattaca soundtrack while writing, and so I got the movie, but I also downloaded the soundtrack for Gattaca. So I've heard the score for Gattaca a bunch of times. I will put that on. Like I know the music. I've just never actually seen the movie. Ethan Hawke. I almost said Ethan Hunt. If you only see one movie for the rest of your life, it should be Gattaca. Larry King, Norm Macdonald. Dude, I love both those men. Rest in peace, Larry King. Sort of a remake. I studied the differences for college, and I said, yeah, that's why I was saying. It's, not a direct remake, but it's a remake in certain ways. It is very like the remake is very much of its time. Isn't the original has not Cagney, the other famous mobster guy. Anyway, you meant me. What happened? Oh, you tagged Demon of Empire. Yeah, WandaVision's great. Dan, have you played Ghost of Tsushima? I started it, but I need to go back to it. We will be getting back to it here soon at some point. DMCA, not today. Mrs. Doubtfire's classic. You can't change my mind. I agree. I concur. Okay. Glengarry Glen Ross, David Mamet, written movie. Excellent performances all the way around. If you have not seen Glengarry Glen Ross and you like a good kind of stage playish, very well written movie, watch it. It's great. And just kind of close your eyes when Kevin Spacey's on screen. The Room, we already talked about that. Troll 2, we talked about that. A Clockwork Orange. I've seen the first hour of that movie a couple times. I I tried watching it by myself way back when, and I was like, this movie's like hard to get through. Not that like the filmmaking's great and the acting's great. It's just the subject matter. And at the time I wasn't very interested in it. It was kind of rough. I mean, there's a lot of sexual assault and violence, and I mean, that's the point of the movie. If you know what happens, I've never gotten to the part where they actually get punished for it. I always get to just before that point. So I need to get through that movie at some point and actually finish it. But I mean, I love Kubrick's style. I love Malcolm McDowell. He is just one of the best actors ever. And it's so well written, but I really do need to get back to it. And then I've like seen parts of it on TV at points too. I need to sit down from beginning to end and actually watch it. It's a hard watch though. Just not like on the subject matter. Gattaca, like I said, yeah, I've never seen it. I heard about it through commentary from Joss Whedon on Firefly way back when, and that was my first. I never caught it on TV. I wasn't even aware of it. Who's in that other than Ethan Hawke? It's Ethan Hawke and Uma Thurman, right? Yeah, Ethan Hawke and Uma Thurman. Anybody else? Oh, Andrew Niccol wrote and directed. Wow. Produced by Danny DeVito. Oh my God. Interesting. Jude Law, Alan Arkin. Oh, good cast. Very good cast. My goodness, at some point I got to watch that. Shivers is also good if you haven't seen it. Oh, what's Shivers? Never heard of Shivers. Interesting. Minority Report. That's the movie I told Jordan to watch 1,000,000 times forever, and I still don't think he's seen it. It's one of the better Tom Cruise movies, and I think. Oh yeah, I was about to say the only time that Spielberg and Tom Cruise did something, but that's not true. They also did War of the Worlds, which is also really good. But Minority Report's classic movie. I think that's a really good like early 2000s Spielberg movie before he kind of started making some crap. Just thinking about Minority Report recently. I mean, there's a lot of like, yeah, I think there was kind of a pre-crime sort of deal thing that I read recently. That was like, it was like a prediction thing. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, but, or what, I can't remember what I was reading. I was reading about something and I was like, that reminds me of pre-crime from Minority Report. Really good. What movie with Kevin Spacey did you mention? Oh, Glengarry Glen Ross. He's like the boss of The Office. Glengarry Glen Ross follows a bunch of like realty salesmen. Like they're just selling plots of land, like useless plots of land. And they're given a bunch of names. You know, when like your name gets put on a list and you just endlessly get calls for, obviously it's a different time now, but like, you just get a bunch of robocalls and or calls from like, hey, there's a vacation package that's, you know, at discount for you. And like that kind of shit. They're trying to sell like useless land to people that they get the names, which are called leads in the movie. Those are leads. So they're given like just, you know, people who never buy anything. They're not like they're just desperate salesmen. The movie. That's what it is. Anyone remember K-Pax? I never saw K-Pax. Never played the Minority Report game. Oh man. It was not great. I could imagine. It was like the early mid 2000s. That would be terrible. Devil's Advocate, Keanu, Al Pacino, young Charlize Theron, young Keanu doing some movies together. That's an interesting one. Man, Keanu and Charlize did a couple of movies together. They also did, what was that movie? Not A Walk to Remember, but it was very similar to A Walk to Remember. No, Sweet November, I think it's called. David Cronenberg made it. It's a horror movie. Ooh, no, I haven't seen that. I like Cronenberg. I don't have too much Cronenberg on my shelf, I don't believe. I could be wrong. You watch it someday, do it. You love War of the Worlds, however, I much prefer the original, and my favorite is the musical from the years ago. The music of the musical is so amazing. You ever seen Friday with Ice Cube? I have. I really like Friday with Ice Cube. It's been a while. I've seen Friday and then like I've seen all the other ones, like parts of them on TV. But yeah, man, Friday's great. Man, it's been a long time since I've seen Friday. And I don't own any of those. I don't know why. I really should have at the very least the first Friday. I think they made too many of those, right? I think they kind of kept making. I think they've also Ice Cube's been kind of talking about doing another one as well. Anyway, you got knocked the fuck out. Yeah. Chris Tucker. Oh man. Anyway, where are we on the list? Speed. Oh, Keanu. I like there's 2 Keanu movies right next to each other. Speed, classic movie. Is that John McTiernan, or is that the cinematographer for that movie? Is one of my favorite cinematographers. No, it's John DeBont. Oh man. Cinematographer is, why can't I think of him off the top of my list? He's not credited on the back. Are you fucking kidding me? That's stupid. Oh, director of photography. Wait, Andre Bartowiak. Oh, never mind. Maybe I'm just wrong. I thought there was a different, what? I could have sworn. Who am I thinking? Shit. I could have sworn it was a different, I don't know who that cinematographer is. Never mind, I lied. Hackerhet, I already talked about you earlier. Thank you so much for the tip earlier. And thank you so much for that amazing Cooper picture. Dan, you have any David Lynch? I don't. Look, okay, so I love David Lynch. Like, I absolutely love David Lynch. I don't think I have any of his movies. I wish I had Mulholland Drive. But the thing is, back when I was kind of during my Blu-ray buying craze, I found him relatively pretentious. I had seen one of his shorts, like it was that claymation one with the bunnies. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's like 40 minutes long and nothing happens in it. It's kind of just them watching TV. And I was like, what is this? And then I saw an interview with him and he just seems so pretentious. I love David Lynch now. I've since watched all of Twin Peaks. I've watched all of Twin Peaks. I've watched all of The Return. I've watched Fire Walk with Me. I've seen like half of Lost Highway. I haven't finished that. I kind of need to finish his movies at some point, but I love David Lynch now. Are these in no particular order? Not currently. No, I need to they used to be in alphabetical order, and then I switched them to color coded because a friend of mine, I saw he had his separated by color, and I was like, ooh, that'd be cool. And so I did that for a while. And now they're kind of all like especially the first couple shelves that we're on right now are all kind of mixed up. Ice Cube tweeted out saying Warner Brothers is holding back on making another sequel. Friday after next, they got robbed by Santa. They get robbed by Santa. I don't remember that. Been meaning to make a new Friday movie since One Friday over 15 years ago. My goodness. You just saw Twin Peaks and The Return this month. Truly an experience. The Return's great. No problem. Yeah, that Cooper picture is amazing, Hackerhead. Good morning, DJ. How you doing? DJ Glalie. Hope you're doing well. Collateral, Tom Cruise, Jamie Foxx, directed by Michael Mann. Isn't Jada Pinkett's in that, right? Yeah, Jada Pinkett's in that as well. Very briefly. She's not in a whole bunch. What a good movie. And Javier Bardem as well. I forgot he was in that until I saw a clip of that movie on YouTube like a few months ago. And I was like, oh shit, he was in that movie for like one scene or something like that. Collateral's a good one. Tom Cruise rarely plays a villain, but he's actually kind of a spooky villain. What the actual fuck? What the actual fuck? Hold on. What even?
Been watching since the early Creatures days and I know times can get hard. Hope this helps out, man.
My goodness. Not Travis. Holy crap. Hold on one second. I have to go over to my computer to read this. Thank you for the outrageously generous $200 tip. What the fuck? Thank you so much. Been watching since the early Creature days, and I know times can get hard. Hope this helps out, man. That helps out tremendously. Thank you so much. My goodness. Thank you. Jeez. That is ridiculous. Thank you so much. I don't know what to say. My brain's kind of melted. Was that the Sweet Merciful Crap, or is that the Holy Shit I'm Gonna Come? I think Holy Shit I'm Gonna Come is at $100. Sweet Merciful Crap. We haven't gotten to Sweet Merciful Crap in a while. Holy shit. Thank you so much, Not Travis. If you're not Travis, then who are you? Sorry, I'm getting set back up here. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. Twin Peaks manages to scare me like nothing before. Oh yeah, Twin Peaks is terrifying. There's like horrifying shit in Twin Peaks. The dread of having a nightmare when you're stuck in place. Yeah, I absolutely agree. Any Coen Brothers movies? I have some. Yeah, we've already passed Big Lebowski, and I have like Blood Simple and stuff like that. We'll get around to them. Hey, Fluffsy, how are you doing? It was Sweet Merciful Crap. Sweet Merciful Crap, my car. They put all those seashells on them, and all like the seagulls are flying home with them. Yeah, my goodness, not Travis. That is so sweet, but thank you, not Travis. Now I have to pay attention and do what I was doing. Casino. I still haven't seen Casino yet. That's a Scorsese movie with a bunch of people. Joe Pesci. Isn't Armand Asante in that? Joe Pesci and De Niro, obviously, and Sharon Stone and a bunch of people that but I haven't seen it. I've only seen parts of it on TV. You're good? How are you? I'm doing okay. Not doing too bad. Talking movies and all that jazz. Excuse me. I've been gone for ages, by the way, because of work. My old account was Tafluff. Oh, I got you. Hey, Tafluff. How are you doing? I do remember. Tafluff X. I do absolutely remember you. Welcome back. Long time no see. Layer Cake. Yeah, we talked about that last stream. I mean, I guess we talked about some of these last stream, but Layer Cake, Matthew Vaughn, Daniel Craig, Sienna Miller. Good movie. I can't remember all the actors in there. I think Cole Meany's in there. Yeah. Chief O'Brien from Star Trek, TNG, and Deep Space Nine. Good cast. Good movie. Natural Born Killers. Haven't seen that one. That's directed by Oliver Stone, written by Tarantino, starring Woody Harrelson and oh crap. Shit. See, this is half the stream is me trying to remember actors and actresses. Or are they all actors now? I think we refer to them as actors. Oh, crap. What's her name? Juliette Lewis. Jeez. I love Juliette Lewis. She's a little crazy. She can sing. She has a band. Yeah. Hell yeah. I haven't seen it. I've heard it's ultra violent. And I think it's the director's cut. So I don't know what that means. Source Code, Duncan Jones, David Bowie's son, director of Moon, director of Warcraft. Somewhere on here I have Warcraft, the steel book that Bent Fork gifted me a million years ago. It's actually the very last movie on my shelf, actually. Yeah, Source Code's interesting. It's a good movie, but I don't like the ending. I'm not crazy about the ending. I don't like the implications of the ending. If you didn't like what happened in Wonder Woman, with Wonder Woman 1984 with Chris Pine, you're not going to like the ending of Source Code, because that was my biggest problem with it. I mean, I don't mind the Wonder Woman 1984 thing because it resolves itself, and I don't care about what everybody complains about with that. Juliette Lewis and Robert Downey Jr., what about them? Is he in Natural Born Killers? It's Woody Harrelson and Juliette Lewis. Or were they together at some point? Or were they in a band? What's happening? Raid Redemption or any other really good foreign films? Old Boy? I do have Raid Redemption. I do not have Old Boy, although I have seen Old Boy. We'll get around to it. Just be patient. You'll see them. I am going very slow, though. Searching for Sugar Man. That's a documentary that I was recommended by Mark Kermode, a British reviewer for BBC 5 Live that I really respect his opinion on a lot of things and generally have the same tastes as him. So I got that back in 2012 and I still haven't seen it yet. 40-Year-Old Virgin, excellent movie. Do I need to say anything about that? No, it's one of Liz's favorite movies. The Devil's Own, Harrison Ford, Brad Pitt doing a terrible Irish accent. Really good movie though. Slumdog Millionaire, haven't seen it. I like Dave Patel. I like Danny Boyle. I haven't seen it. It won an Oscar. That's one of the reasons why I got it. It's just been on the list. There's like a lot of these movies that I haven't seen on my Blu-ray shelf are ones that have been on my list for quite some time. RDJ's in that. Interesting. I didn't know that. Cool. I'm gonna have to check that out at some point. So many classic movies on the shelf that I haven't seen. I know, right? So that's my thing. That's my thing, damn it. Tell is a short film by Ryan Connolly. You can actually watch it on YouTube, and I recommend it. It's really good. It's spooky. It's not the best in the world, and it's definitely, I think its age is shown a little bit, because Liz and I rewatched that probably because she had never seen it all the way through. We rewatched that probably about less than a year ago, I think, because we watched it on the projector. And I was like, this doesn't look as good as I remembered it, because it might have been shot on DSLR. I'm pretty sure it was shot on DSLR. So it kind of has that look to it. But it's really good. It's paced well, and it has some spooky shit in it. If you like horror shorts, give it a watch. It's like 20 to 30 minutes long, I think. And scored by Daniel James, friend of the channel here. An amazing composer and composer of Trapville. If you saw the pilot episode of Trapville, he composed that music for that. Excellent, just straight up excellent. Yeah, excellent. Silent Hill, yeah, this is what we were talking about earlier. Somebody said, I wish there was a good Silent Hill movie. I mean, Silent Hill's fine, right? I mean, it's not amazing. And yeah, it has, I was going to say it has some Walking Dead actors, but it has Andrea from Walking Dead. It has that one lady who I think is kind of bland. Radha Mitchell. She, I don't know, she's kind of bland. I haven't really seen her in anything great. And Sean Bean, and he doesn't die in that movie. It's better than Doom. There you go. Yeah, I absolutely agree. It is better than Doom. And Peter Jackson's King Kong, with starring Andy Serkis and everybody else. Yeah, Naomi Watts and Adrian Brody. Found him to be pretty good in King Kong. He was great in the Grand Budapest Hotel. Oh yeah, he's really good in a lot of things. I still have never seen The Pianist though. Yeah, that's been on the list. I don't own it though. So yeah, you really liked King Kong? Me too. Anytime I go back and watch it, I'm like, yeah, this is a good one. Plus, I like the OG King Kong. If you've never seen the original King Kong Kong's real good. Okay. Bam, 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 bam. Let's get nice and zoomed in here. All right, next shelf. Does that look good? Looks good to me. End of Watch, David Ayer. That was probably the movie that put him on the map for me. I never heard of him before that. I don't believe. Actually, you know what? That's not true. I mean, that was the first one that made me aware of him as a director, but I might have seen other things he had written because he was a quite prevalent writer before that. He wrote like Training Day and stuff like that. He was director of Suicide Squad. You excited for Godzilla vs. Kong? Absolutely. The true Cloud Atlas. Yeah. Okay. Well, so End of Watch, Jake Gyllenhaal, Michael Pena. I've seen the beginning of End of Watch. I just never finished it. So at one of these days, again, I like this is my catchphrase for my life. I've seen half an hour of a lot of movies. I have not seen the entirety of a lot of movies though. Well, I have. Well, no, that's not true. I've seen from beginning to end over 1,900 movies. So that's something. Any Given Sunday, I have not seen that. Speaking of Keanu, which we weren't just talking about Keanu, but Keanu was on the last shelf. Keanu and a bunch of other people, right? He's on the team, I'm pretty sure, though. Al Pacino. Hey, that's another Keanu Al Pacino movie. What the fuck? Not that he's a huge thing. He did make Bright, yeah. He did make Bright Watertown's Finest. End of Watch is what put Jake Gyllenhaal on the map for me. Oh, really? There's so many other Jake Gyllenhaal movies. They're like Donnie Darko and Donnie Darko. I've just seen Jake Gyllenhaal in so many things growing up. For me, it's very rare that I don't watch something to the end. Yeah, I don't know. I have like ADD, so it's kind of tough for me. Can you tell? Cloud Atlas. I have actually seen that from beginning to end. What a weird movie. It's not terrible. It's certainly not the worst in the world. But yeah, Cloud Atlas. What a movie. Kind of has some questionable elements to it. Yeah, let's just leave that at that. Snowpiercer, I still haven't seen that. I've heard excellent things. Everybody tells me it's the best. It's like Chris Evans' like 7th comic book role. 6th or 7th or something like that. He's done so many comic book movies and or superhero movies throughout his career. He's done too many. He's done too many, I say, and he shall do no more if I have anything to say about it. American Beauty, speaking of Kevin Spacey, which we were talking about earlier, I've never seen it. Directed by Sam Mendes, the guy who directed Skyfall and Spectre and 1917 and other movies in between, presumably. I have not seen it. I've heard it hasn't aged well, but I bought it because everybody, like, I only heard good things about it growing up after it came out, but I never saw it. Love the idea in Snowpiercer. You're a little bit lost in Cloud Atlas. Then Day After Tomorrow. There you go. Day After Tomorrow. Oh my gosh. I always watch till the end, even if it's terrible, because I can't bear to not know what happens. You love Cloud Atlas, the way they make all the actors different people. You like that? Yeah. It's an interesting idea. It's like an anthology movie within a movie, you know? But it's all kind of thematically connected somewhat. I don't know. And it's jumping between different times and realities or whatever the fuck. Yeah, I don't know. Like it's not the worst. But it's not, I don't know. It doesn't quite hit. It's not terrible, but I enjoy it. It's not like I would say it's good. It's just, I don't know. It doesn't quite get there for me as far as like an excellent movie. Phone Booth, Joel Schumacher, director of Batman and Robin and Batman Forever and a million other movies. The Client, which is also on this rack. Why are they so close to each other but not next to each other? Who knows? Phone Booth, Colin Farrell and Kiefer Sutherland, Forrest Whitaker, and who is the wife in that movie? Katie Holmes? I think it's Katie Holmes. And I think, who's his assistant at the beginning of the movie? I can't remember. Shia LaBeouf, maybe? I could be wrong about that. But Phone Booth is great. Yeah, Phone Booth is really good. It's, you know, a tense movie. I know I've heard so many people like, phone booth? Why would I want to watch a movie where it only takes place in a phone booth? Well, it doesn't just take place in a phone booth. I mean, mostly it does, but like it moves around. There's a lot happening. There's a lot going on. It progresses very interestingly. Watch it, you fool. Don't put things off just because you think, oh, it takes place in one place. But yeah. If we're, here, I'm going to like ignore the chat when they're skipping ahead with your opinions. You're skipping ahead with your opinions before I even get to them. I don't want to keep talking about the same ones over and over again. I have 2 copies of Scarface. All right, I have 2 copies of Scarface. This happens every now and again where I have more than one copy. I think I got the Steelbook because it was cheap at Walmart. And even if I already didn't have it, who wants a free copy of Scarface? No, I'm not gonna send you a free copy of Scarface, but I will probably trade it in at some point. Boogie Nights. I still haven't seen that. Or wait, Boogie Nights or Nuts. Wait, what? Wait, what is the? So I have a lot of Canadian Blu-rays, and on the side it'll have the name of the movie, and then it'll have the name of the movie like in English and then in French. Nuit en Diabliers. Nuit en Diabliers. Boogie Nights. Sure. Look at baby Mark Wahlberg. I still haven't seen it. I love Paul Thomas Anderson and his movies, and I think I might own most of his movies, and I don't know why I don't have a Paul Thomas Anderson section. Don't ask me. I'm going to organize everything at some point. 2 copies of Scarface, and you haven't seen either of them. I've bought Snatch like 4 times on Blu-ray. Just so you know. I have bought Snatch so many times, and I've never seen it. Is it a good movie to buy it 4 times? I just forgot I had it every single time I bought it. It's like, oh, I should get that at some point. Kind of love movies that takes place in one location. Me too, if it can be done well. Grease, that's a good one. John Travolta, Olivia Newton-John, the lady who plays Rizzo or whatever. Oh, guys. The Beauty School Dropout, and a million other characters and actors, and Kanicki's in there. Yeah, what a good movie. Grease it's mostly a good movie. It's classic, right? Les Mis, I guess I have 2 musicals next to each other there. Les Miserables, Les Miserables. Yeah, that's a good one. That's the Hugh Jackman one. That stars Hugh Jackman, Anne Hathaway, Russell Crowe, Eddie Redmayne, a million people, a million actors. I liked it. I liked it a lot. I still haven't seen the last 20 minutes of it though. Don't tell anybody. Yeah, I've seen most of it, but I have not seen the last 20 minutes of that movie. I've listened to the soundtrack though a million times, which you might know from me just in general going through and singing the songs from it. Now, prisoner 24601. Man, his singing is not very good in that movie. Grease, your all-time favorite. I watched it at the drive-in as a kid. Am I showing my age? Oh my goodness. P.D. Dean. I mean, Grease is a classic. You're the one that I want. I like Snatch too. That's good. Okay, good. Good. But do you have Grease too? I wish. What would they say if they knew it was Michael? Who's that guy? What a terrible movie. Les Mis is good if you forget about Russell Crowe. Yeah. The stars in their multitudes, a fugitive running, fallen from God, fallen from grace. He can sing though. That's the thing is Russell Crowe is like a singer. He's been singing since the 80s. So, he's just not very good in that movie. But I kind of love him. I love him in that. Soundtrack for Les Mis doubles as the audiobook for the movie. I mean, yeah, it really is. Exorcism of Emily Rose. I have a lot of, or at the very least, I have some of Scott Derrickson's movies. Do I have Sinister? I don't think I have Sinister. Well, either way, I've seen a lot of it. I've seen most of his filmography. Whenever I go to his IMDb, I'm like, I've seen almost all these movies. It's very rare that I've seen the majority of a director's filmography, unless they've only made a couple movies. But he's made a good handful, and I've seen pretty much every single one, which is really weird to me. It's not too often like an offhand director, but it was just like, oh damn, he directed he doesn't have a very he's the director of Doctor Strange, and Sinister and all that jazz. But yeah, interesting. He directed that Keanu Day After the Day the Earth Stood Still movie. That's not very good. I saw that in theaters. You've only seen 2 of these. Yeah, Exorcism of Emily Rose. I mean, the exorcism scene in that movie is great. I mean, it's a good movie. It's actually a really good movie. It's maybe a little long, but other than that, it's a real good one. Gone with the Wind, classic. I hear the cat. The cat's acting up. I think the cat's acting up. Maybe not. Might have to take a break here in a moment to double check on Liz and the cat. And we only made it through not even an entire shelf yet. Gone with the Wind, classic, right? That's I watched. I had never seen it. I had only seen parts of it growing up, and then for writing class in community college, we watched it, and I was like, yeah, this is good. It has some interesting characters in there. Exorcism of Emily Rose was when I saw with family in theaters for your birthday. Oh, cool. That's a birthday movie. I love birthday movies. Home Alone 2. Where's Home Alone 1? That's weird. Home Alone 1 is somewhere else, but I have both Home Alones because it came in a 2-pack. Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. I mean, yeah, right? Classic. Which is better, Home Alone 1 or Home Alone 2? Probably Home Alone 1, right? I think some people prefer 2 over 1, though, which is a little weird. I don't know. It's not weird, but they're a little different. I mean, it's kind of the same movie twice, but it's a little like Back to the Future in the sense of it's hitting a lot of the same beats, and it's kind of one of those sequels that's like, we're going to do what the first one did, but a little bit more. Yeah, Home Alone, Macaulay Culkin, man. Can't go wrong. Home Alone, the most popular Christmas movie in Poland. Really? Interesting. Hey, D. Stoney.
Dance heart, dance heart, dance heart, dance heart.
Dance love, dance love, dance heart. Thank you so much, D. Stoney, for the 20 months. Appreciate you. You left home alone somewhere. You left it home alone. Kevin! Yeah, Tim Curry. That is true. Tim Curry might tip the scales. Ooh, but Donald Trump, though, knocks him right back down. You know, if we're talking Home Alone 2, I think they might negate each other. Hey, Zombie Slayer, how are you doing? Remember one Christmas they didn't put it on TV and there was literal outrage. People were preparing petitions. That's crazy. Home Alone, in your opinion? I've probably seen 2 more than Home Alone 1, but I would have to say Home Alone 1's probably better than 2. Face Off. What does that say on there? Face Off Special Collector's Edition. What's special about it? Does it have special features? I don't know. That's a John Woo movie I can get behind. Face Off is the perfect John Woo, Nicolas Cage, John Travolta, just insane movie. It's an insane movie. For as bad as Mission Impossible 2 was, Face Off is amazing. And you know what? To be fair, I haven't seen a lot of John Woo's like hard-boiled movies. I need to see those, the ones that he did with Chow Yun-fat. One of these days, I will, but I've heard those are good. And I love, what was that one game they made? They made a game that was in the hard-boiled universe that was that same Detective Chow Yun-fat played. You love Face Off? Yeah, who doesn't? Much prefer the Wet Bandits to the Sticky Bandits? Exactly. We all know what you're talking about then. Have you already went over Pulp Fiction? Yeah, we went over all the Tarantinos. Pulp Fiction's excellent. Liz and I actually just watched it last week. We were going through the Tarantino movies. We went through his first 3, Reservoir Dogs, Pulp Fiction, and Jackie Brown. Yeah. Secret Window, yeah, that's a good one. Liz and I rewatched that 4 or 5 months back. Good one. That's a good movie. That's a really good movie. Written and directed by David Koepp. He's written like a couple of the Jurassic Parks, or he wrote Lost World Jurassic Park. And he made that bad movie Premium Rush from like 2013, 2012, with Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Michael Shannon. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great either. He wrote and directed that. But yeah, David Koepp, he was writing the screenplay for the last Indiana Jones, or like the newest Indiana Jones movie. But they ended up taking him off of it, and James Mangold's writing and directing that now. Either way, David Koepp, really kind of solid adaptation of a short story from Stephen King. Stranglehold, yes, absolutely, that's it. That is it. That's the one. You're okay at best. Had an ache and occasional pain in your chest a few hours ago. How are you doing? Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. Zombie Slayer. Yeah, I had chest pain about a week ago, a little over a week ago, and I was like, that's not good. So I've been trying to eat a little bit better and make sure I'm hydrating and all that jazz. I always want to know what was in the briefcase, but I'm guessing it was just heroin based off the vibe of the movie. Yeah, but I mean, it's also like, what's his name? Tim Roth says it's beautiful. I mean, that's the whole point, is you're not supposed to know, right? Like, it's just something valuable. It doesn't really matter, in my opinion. All right, continuing on. Silence of the Lambs. Man, that's a good one. I had never seen it all the way through until probably about a year ago. Before lockdown. Excuse me, I'm burping. Before lockdown, my brother and sister-in-law were over, and Liz, my brother and sister-in-law, all watched it. Yeah, that's a good movie. That's a really good movie. I'd only seen parts of it on TV. I'd never actually seen it like uncensored. So seeing it from beginning to end was real good. Yeah, that's a good one. I think also Brian De Palma, right? I'm pretty sure Brian De Palma directed that one as well. Good one, man. Jodie Foster is great. Absolutely great. What is that? The Flowers of War. That's a Christian Bale movie that came out, I want to say 2013. It was after the Dark Knight trilogy. It was one of his first movies after the Dark Knight trilogy, and I love Christian Bale, and I've only seen the first, you guessed it, half hour of that movie. It's good though. I mean, it's like he's like a priest during World War II. No, that's not right. I can't remember. It's during a war. I gotta look at it now. Let's see here. The dangerous streets of Nanjing, throwing together a group of opposites, a flock of shell-shocked school children, a dozen seductive courtesans, and a renegade American. posing as a priest to save his own skin. Oh, yeah, there you go. He's not actually a priest. Or so he thinks. All seeking safety behind a walled cathedral, trapped by marauding soldiers. Over the next few days, the prejudices and divides between them will fall away as they unite around a last-ditch plan to protect the children from impending catastrophe. There you go. Yeah, I've never seen it all the way through. But it was good from what I saw. I just didn't finish it. Yeah. Directed by Zhang Weiping. I watched an interview with the director of that movie a while back, and it was Christian Bale and the director of that movie in the interview, and it was really interesting. And I was like, I need to watch that movie, and I still haven't finished it, but I have it on Blu-ray. There we go. Speaking of face-off era movies, thoughts on Broken Arrow? Oh, it's okay. So Broken Arrow, I loved growing up. Christian Slater, obviously, really good. It was John Travolta a few years after Pulp Fiction. And it was him kind of starting to make bad decisions again, because it's not a good movie, but it's an enjoyable movie, and he's having a fun time. His whole, yeah, ain't it cool? Yeah, I need to go back and watch it again, because it's been a while, Max, but I liked it. I liked it as a kid. I'd imagine it's not very good now. Who directed that? Was that also John Woo? I wouldn't be surprised. Broken Arrow. I know there's a Western also called Broken Arrow. I wouldn't be surprised if that was a John Woo movie. 1996. That was like right after Pulp Fiction. Yeah, directed by John Woo. Music by Hans Zimmer. Hell yeah. Samantha Mathis. Remember her, everybody? Remember Samantha Mathis? Yeah, that was Woo again. That's not surprising. I never really thought about that. And that was before I knew directors. So, yeah. It's fun to watch John Travolta as a bad guy. That is true. Rope-a-Dope. Wasn't there a Steven Seagal movie on a train? I don't know. Steven Seagal on a train. I mean, probably. I was never into Steven Seagal so much. Oh, the era of train heist movies. Yeah. Yeah. Man, Broken Arrow. I wish I had that on Blu-ray. I doubt it's even on Blu-ray. I wonder if that's one that ever got ported. Anyway, Face Off. Okay, let's see. Flyers War. Shame. I've never seen Shame, but I know Michael Fassbender's dick's in it, and that's why I bought it. Yeah, I'm shallow. I hear he has got a huge honker, and I want to see it. And I bought the Blu-ray, and I still haven't watched it. Don't judge me. I also heard it's a good movie, but there's dick's in it. That's all I need to know. The Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus. That's Heath Ledger's final film role. I mean, it's not his final completed film role. That was The Dark Knight. But interesting story behind that. That's a movie directed by why am I blanking on his name? From Monty Python. Shit. Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. Yeah, maybe Under Siege 2. You're not wrong there. Michael Fassbender's dick greater than Tom Hardy's dick. I mean, it's definitely probably bigger, right? Tom Hardy doesn't have a huge dick. But it's a respectable dick. Tom Hardy has a respectable dick. I am not going to shit on Tom Hardy's dick. All right. The it was just on the tip of my tongue. I'm not going to look at the chat because I don't want to know. But it's Terry Gilliam. There we go. John Cleese. No. Okay, good. I remembered it. So Terry Gilliam, I think wrote and directed. I think he writes all of his movies. Wrote and directed The Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus. Heath Ledger plays like this guy who kind of tricks women into going into this, like, Christopher Plummer plays. Also, rest in peace, Christopher Plummer. My goodness, Christopher Plummer, and it has also the guy who played Andrew Garfield is in it as well. He kind of gets he's kind of our lens for that movie as the audience because he doesn't know what's going on, and he's kind of in this new troupe. Dr. Parnassus is played by Christopher Plummer, and it also has Tom Waits in it. I'm sorry, I'm super ADD with this description. He's like this kind of mystic guy who has this ability to kind of go into a meditative state where people, like, they go around and they're just kind of vagabonds. They're trying to, like, put on this little show and collect money and all that stuff. But he has this kind of setup where people can kind of go into his mind. I guess it's the Imaginarium. Like they'll set up on the street or at a mall or something and put on this little show, and Heath Ledger takes, you know, somebody from the audience and takes them into the Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus, and it like transports them into another world, and inside that world the people who Heath Ledger takes in, he kind of accidentally goes in with them the first time it happens, and it changes Heath Ledger to kind of they kind of imply, since they didn't finish filming the stuff that happened inside the Imaginarium before he passed away, Jude Law, Colin Farrell, Johnny Depp, I can't remember if there was anybody else. I think there was a fourth. All portray Heath Ledger's character as through the filter of whoever went in with him. So like they're seeing a different version of him. That's kind of how they get around it. It's really good. It's not amazing. And I think Terry Gilliam's, like his stuff is very like high concept and very, well, not very high concept, I guess. It's kind of out there and a little spacey and a little weird, and that's cool. Like style wise, it's very cool. Terry Gilliam did like the animated segments in a lot of the Python stuff. He did, like whenever like a big foot would come, like cartoon foot would come down and squish something, like that was his stuff. So it's very much kind of to that art style. But it's a decent movie. It's just not amazing, unfortunately. Yeah, hi, I'm Dan. I said I'm a bunch and did a lot of mouth clicks. When are we getting Bronson then? You have to have it right. Oh, I got Bronson. I got Bronson for days. Unfortunately, didn't buy Bronson 20 times, but yeah, I'm looking right at it. I do have Bronson. We're a ways away from Bronson at this rate. We're an hour in, and I've only gone through like two of these sections of the shelf. What about Ben Affleck's in Gone Girl? Yeah, I have. I think I mentioned that when I got around to Gone Girl. If I didn't, I was remiss. I'm sorry. I actually saw Bruce Willis's dick a little bit in Pulp Fiction the other day. Got some side dick. I rewound. And we freeze framed that shit. Hey, Battlist, how are you doing? Look, I have an encyclopedia of actors' dicks. Twitch won't let me go past 160p quality for some reason. Sounds like 2011 Dan. Oh my God. Hey guys, what's going on? I'm Dan's News. Looks like we're going out at full quality. So yeah. Moonstruck, Cher, Nicolas Cage, Danny Aiello, and other actors whom I don't know their names. Those are the most notable that come to mind, and I don't know if there's anybody else that I actually know their names. The guy who plays Cher's dad in that movie is actually really excellent. Hey Edgar, how you doing? And Snez, I didn't say hi to Snez. Hey Snez. Actors dicks tier list when? Ooh. I don't know. They're just there. I don't rank them. I don't think that's very fair to rank them. But yeah, I think you should just do a dick ranking stream sometime. I'll have a section that's like actors' dicks. I could do it. All right. We need a Discord stream of actors' dicks. Oh my God. You heading out, Dro? Have a good one. Much love to you. Have a good lunch. Yeah, Moonstruck. Great movie. If you haven't seen it, it's delightful. It's just a good random like 90s romantic comedy that is just full of wonder and love, and it's great. It's really good. Nicolas Cage is insane in it, as you would want him to be. Cher is great. She's just so magnetic in that movie. It's really good. If you're not a big Cher person, get over it, snap out of it, and watch it. That's not from that movie. That's a different one. Thank you for the 5 bits, Stro. Have a good lunch. Bronson, obviously top tier dick. I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. The Client, also directed by Joel Schumacher, Tommy Lee Jones, Susan Sarandon. I can't remember the name of the child actor in that movie. Unfortunately, I think he passed away in the 2000s. I don't think he's alive anymore, unfortunately. But he was so great in that movie. If you haven't seen The Client, I definitely recommend it. It's a real kind of good like crime drama. Yeah, that's a good one. The Gangs of New York. I've never seen that movie all the way through. I really should. I have a lot of Scorsese movies that I have not seen. That's the whole point. That's why I have them. I need to make a Scorsese section. Scorsese, however you pronounce it. Yeah, haven't seen it. Platoon. Well, I know. Okay, that's a lie. I have seen parts of it. Again, first 20 minutes. Don't judge me. Platoon is Oliver Stone, Willem Dafoe, Johnny Depp, a bunch of other actors. I tend to get that mixed up with Apocalypse Now, which I don't think I have. I don't think I have Apocalypse Now, funnily enough. But yeah, I think that's on the Vietnam War, and I have not seen it. But, you know, it has that shot where Willem Dafoe dies and he throws his arms up, and yeah, iconic. Absolutely love Gangs of New York. Yeah, I haven't seen it. Okay, Snowpiercer, didn't know they made a TV show of that. They did. Yes, they did make a TV show of that. I think it was on TNT or something like that. Dan, I have the Godfather Collector's Edition still sealed. Should I keep it sealed? It's the Blu-ray. I don't know. I don't know. Mine's probably still sealed too. Maybe. I don't know. I tend to unwrap them, so it's probably unwrapped. Where is it? I'm looking for it. We talked about it last stream. Anyway. So you have a Criterion Collection Blu-ray. You got The Irishman on it the other day. Oh, nice. Yeah, I have a couple Criterion ones. One's following Christopher Nolan's first movie. We'll get to that in a second. Magnolia. Speaking of, more Paul Thomas Anderson on the same rack. Magnolia's great. Magnolia has an excellent cast. Yeah, it's a real good one. Philip Seymour Hoffman, Julianne Moore, Tom Cruise, got a million other people. Philip Baker, I think, isn't it? Philip Baker Hall. I could be wrong there. No, maybe I'm not right there. God, there's just like 8 million actors and actresses in that that are excellent. So that movie is Diabolique. That's actually Liz's. That's a horror movie, I'm pretty sure. But I haven't seen it. It's on the list, and I also have it. Hey, random guy. Think they're on season 2 of Snowpiercer. Oh, shit. Isn't Jennifer Connelly on that? I think she is. Yeah, it's Diabolique at the end there. Yeah, fantastic. All right, here, I'm going to take a break real fast. Snack break, pee break, smoke break, whatever you have to do. And when we come back, more Blu-ray extravaganza, danza, things and stuff, and we'll go over more. But yeah, I got to take a break. I've been hearing Liz having some issues with the cat, and I just want to make sure everything's okay. So yeah, sit back, chillax, listen to some awesome music. I actually have to go to the bathroom as well, so that works out. And when we come back, more Blu-rays. BRB.
Child of the profane, tied to the great chain.
Forlorn faces running from the cold regret. Empty spaces, something that I can't forget. All I wanted was to wish the
price for profuse extremes. The elegance of mortal frailty, I dream. Slaves wait for master to dictate. Put a fire in the deep sea. No empire is gonna keep me. Ode to transience I create. Put a fire in the blue sky. Leaders broken, waiting to die.
Forlorn faces running from the cold regret. Empty spaces, something that I can't forget. All I wanted was to wish the past away. But time's the cruelest ruler that we all obey.
I begin at the end. Time will buckle and bend.
I dream of goodbye. Can see falling sky. And I dream of goodbye. No more tears, wells run dry. And I dream of goodbye. Sink and see falling sky. And I dream of goodbye. No more tears, wells run dry. And I dream of goodbye. Sinking sea, falling sky. And I dream of goodbye. No more tears, wells run dry.
In the network, lights on, electric eyes. Starstruck, crawling in the dead dirt. Spread a word to the wise. Something is a-coming, something is a-coming. Silver is the grip of the helping hand. Keep the song a-running, keep the song a-running. Pull it to the heart of the brand. Feed the fire, set me free. In this city of dreams. Push my mind into overload. In this city of dreams, we'll be immortal in the code. Mind into overload. Lights flash, taking your breath away. Black spies, neon nights. Car crash, freedom in the disarray. Are you ready to fight? Something is a-coming, something is a-coming. Silver is the grip on the bread in hand. Keep the song a-running, keep the song a-running. Put it to the heart of the man. Beat the fire, set me free. In this city of dreams. Push my mind into overload. will never die.
Feet up on the ledge, running out on the edge. Ghosts in the city of dreams.
See the fire! See the fire! Go! Get loose! Beat the fire, set me free in this city of dreams. Push my mind into overload. Hack the wire, smash the gene in this city of dreams. We'll be immortal in the code. Mind into overload. Get out in the city of dreams. Get up, now we're setting you free. Get up, the voice will never die. Get out in the city of dreams. Get out, now we're setting you free. Get out and shatter the light. Set me free. Woo! I can't wait. My hands shaking, my mind breaking. It's breathtaking. Ships on vigor of the waves are skimming barren summits to the verdant plains. Each horizon is a new beginning. Rise and reign. Far from the fjords and the ice-cold currents, ravens soar over new frontiers. Songs and sagas of a fate determined, shields and spears. Vows of favor or the thrill of plunder, pulled together for the clan and kin. Clank of hammers and the crash of thunder, bound within. Oh, 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 the echoes of eternity. Oh, 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 Valhalla calling me. Oh, oh, to love the strings of destiny. Oh, oh, Valhalla calling me. Valhalla calling me. Sails are swaying on the crimson rivers, blood and glory in the fighting fields. Shields are shattered into splintered timbers, iron and steel. Fires are rising and the bells are ringing. Glory, take us into Odin's halls. Golden glimmer and the sound of singing as guards call. Oh, 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 the echoes of eternity. Oh, 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 Valhalla calling me. Oh, 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 to love the
Hello, everybody. Thank you for your patience. Coop again was acting up. He seems to be fine for me during the day, but then when Liz is just trying to lay down on the couch and go to sleep, and just keep an eye on him if he starts messing with it, he seems to really act up, which is annoying. That he's acting up for her and not for me. So hyped for March. A friend of yours ordered a gift for Christmas, but it wasn't shipped till March. Getting a Ronin Mandalorian figure? Ooh, nice. Hell yeah. Super cool. Sometimes less pixels are good though. Yeah, it's weird. I'm sorry that y'all are having issues with the resolution. There should be no issue, as far as I know, and I think everybody else is not having that issue, which really sucks. Let me double check on my end. Auto. Yeah, I have an option for. Excuse me. I have an option for 160, 360, 480, 720, 60, and 1080, 60. Weird. We are good. It's fine for you now? Good. It's weird that was happening in the first place. I'm going to take a sip of my coffee. Took care of the cat a little bit. Hopefully calmed him down enough. Mass Effect project? Oh, I don't know. I didn't see that. Maples of the syrup. Or Maple of the syrup. I missed that. All right. We are back. We are down. We started all the way to the top. We are down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shelves. We are now on the 6th shelf. We have 3 more to go. This is what we have left to go through. I got to go faster than I have been. I have been going through. Do you all appreciate me going through the actors and directors and writers and all that stuff? Do you think I should be a little bit more succinct with my... I don't know. I feel like I need to provide something more than just that movie, that movie, that movie. I kind of like talking movies. Plus, it gets the conversation going. I'm curious about what y'all think about certain movies. Here, let's do the top. Oh, okay. This is where it gets complicated. We're doing Rob Zombie. We've made it around to the Rob Zombie section. Movie talk is good. All right. I'm gonna try to be a little bit more succinct. Appreciate you, Dan, no matter what. That's very sweet of you, Hanky Pankies. How are you doing? Random guy, hello. Dan, is it okay if I tweet you a picture of my Blu-ray 4K collection? It's welcomed, yes. You see Click. Yeah, I haven't seen Click, but I do own Click. Look, we'll get to it. No skipping ahead. Your favorite scenes, maybe favorite scenes in movies? Yeah, maybe. It's not a bad idea. Do you like the Simon Pegg movies? Yeah, we already went through the Cornetto trilogy, which is one of my favorite trilogies of all time. Hey, Casper Sky, how are you doing, bud? Lovely seeing you. All right, let's get back on the list. Okay, so 3 from Hell and The Devil's Rejects. That's not in order at all. I don't think I own House of a Thousand Corpses. I think Liz has it on DVD, though. I just don't have it on here. Anyway, those are all like sequels to each other, character-wise. But I have The Devil's Rejects and 3 from Hell on Blu-ray. That's kind of cool how they kind of both have the same kind of logo style. That's neat. Either way, I had never seen The Devil's Rejects. I have had it on Blu-ray for quite some time. The first time I ever saw it was in theaters with Sid Haig presenting them. Rest in peace, Sid Haig. But yeah, so my thoughts on I had seen House of a Thousand Corpses quite some time ago with Liz. Yeah, okay. I wasn't crazy about it. It's not the worst thing in the world. I really like Sid Haig's performance. Like, it has some great performances in there. I'm not necessarily like just that kind of writing, like that kind of vibe. It's just not my deal. It's just not my bag, man. More power to you if you like it, but it's just not my thing. That kind of like grungy trailer park trash kind of like bad people, really kind of just garbage people doing garbage things. That's how I would describe a lot of Rob Zombie's movies. I don't know. Not really into them. So we saw The Devil's Rejects, and you know what? It's very competently made. I think like the filmmaking is fine in The Devil's Rejects. It's a little harsh. It's a really harsh movie, which again, I mean, hey, that's what it seems to be what Rob Zombie's going for. Bill Moseley and Sherry Moon Zombie. They're great acting wise. There's no real faults there. It's just more so the content of the movie that I'm not super crazy about. It just feels wrong the entire time. And I guess like, and again, hey, if that's the intention, more power to Rob Zombie. That's fine. Like it kind of makes you feel dirty for watching these horrible people do these horrible things. I do appreciate that. And when a filmmaker can kind of tell a story the way they want to tell it, I feel like he reveres these characters a little bit more than I do when I'm watching it. Like, I'm not like, yeah, you fucking do it. Like, I feel like gross watching these horrible people do terrible things to nice people. I don't know. So yeah, that's Devil's Rejects. But like 3 from Hell, it wasn't that good. I don't really think I really didn't like 3 from Hell. It was a lot shoddier. It seemed cheaper, and it's just I got it for Liz for her birthday 2 years ago, and excuse me, I'm burping, and it's one of those things. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all. It's just I feel like the cinematography is kind of annoying. They're so zoomed in on every single character's face throughout so much of that movie. It's really weird. It's like framed weird, just cinematography wise, which kind of annoys me as, somebody who's into that kind of stuff. And it makes it a little tougher to watch for me. And I don't know. It's just, I don't know, man. Pretty sure it was cheaper. At least looked like it. I mean, yeah, I think it was crowdfunded to a certain degree. I could be wrong with that, but I'm pretty sure there was like a fan funding campaign for that movie. Either way, look, hey,
Hope
for the
you're
people
well.
who wanted it,
You're the best.
I'm glad it
Dan's
exists.
heart.
And again, I like Rob Zombie as a person. I think he's like a really good, hey, Intermediation. Thank you so much, Intermediation, for the 44 months. Hope you're well. You're the best. Thank you. Yeah, we got Cooper. He's recovering from surgery, and he's being a little bit of a pain for Liz to handle with currently. So yeah, we're just dealing with that. I'm trying to be a little bit quieter just in case he's I don't know if it's because I'm in here and I'm talking that he's like getting more riled up or what, but yeah, it doesn't seem to work out when I'm streaming. I'll hope that all similars down shortly and Cooper recovers well. Thank you. Yeah, he's recovering well. It's just like when I'm in here and streaming and talking, like, and Liz is on the couch trying to sleep and keeping an eye on him, like it just seems to rile him up for some reason. Like the last 2 days I've been hanging out with him like during the day, and I've just been playing GTA 5 on my Xbox in the living room while I'm keeping an eye on him, and he's just been sleeping for the most part. But he really keeps trying to get his cone off when I'm in here. Anyway, hi, I'm Dan. But yeah. That's not how that works, Yokies. If I could click on that and boop. There we go. Oh, I banned him. I meant to time him out. Either way, that works. Lol, no. Yeah, that's not how Twitch works. What was I saying? Anyway, yeah, Cooper and all that stuff. Yeah, I don't know. Rob Zombie. I appreciate him as a filmmaker in like certain degrees as far as like he's a big film buff. And I don't know if it necessarily, just because you're a big film buff doesn't mean you're a good filmmaker. And I think his stuff is kind of, hit or miss. I don't own, what is it? Salem, Lords of Salem. I don't own Lords of Salem, but I have seen it. I rented it way back when. And Liz and I watched it. She fell asleep during it. And she's the Rob Zombie fan of us, too. And I don't know, like it had some good filmmaking. I think Lords of Salem had better filmmaking in it, but I don't know. There's just something missing from his movies. There's that special zhuzh. What did he do? I didn't see the drama. Oh, yeah. Somebody just came in saying, I only need like 10 more followers. Who cares? But yeah. Banhammer him. I meant to just time him out, but yeah, accidentally banned him. Who cares? I don't care. Yeah, self-promotion in other people's Twitch chats. It's so weird that people do that. Anyway, who cares? Rob Zombie. Yeah, I appreciate him as a film buff. He's a really big film buff, and he really loves movies. Like, so do I. But it doesn't mean I have to like his movies. The end. Now on to the actual shelf. Super 8. J.J. Abrams' second movie behind Mission Impossible 3. Super 8's fine. Again, not amazing. Like, I don't think it's amazing, but it's definitely a watchable movie. Kyle Chandler kind of off after he was done doing like Friday Night Lights, and I'm glad to see that he's in a lot more movies now. Kyle Chandler was later in Wolf of Wall Street, and he's been in the Godzilla movies recently. He was in the second Godzilla movie, and he's going to be in Godzilla versus King Kong. So totally down for Kyle Chandler anytime he pops up. He was a large part of my childhood. There was a show called Early Edition about a guy who gets tomorrow's newspaper today. That's right. He gets a newspaper from the future that's delivered by a cat on his doorstep every single morning, and he has to try to stop whatever atrocities are happening in the newspaper. Like he just pretty much, it's like a time traveling newspaper. It's really fucking weird. It's a weird show, but it was good. I watched it a whole bunch. And it had Fisher Stevens in it, the guy from Short Circuit, who was like, they like just put brown on his face, and he was like the fake Indian guy. That's a weird thing. He's also in the Super Mario Brothers movie. Anyway, Fisher Stevens, I liked him from that, and I've subsequently seen him in other things since then. I've never seen Short Circuit, but I know that happened. And he was one of the Goombas or like henchman dudes in Super Mario Brothers, and he's actually a director as well. He's directed some movies. Anyway, hi, I'm Dan. You love Short Circuit. I have never seen it. Is it good? You know what? I've probably seen parts of it when I was real little, but I don't really remember any of it. I also get it mixed up with Flight of the Navigator, so that's probably what I'm getting mixed up. Either way, Super 8. What a good one. It's just a good solid movie. I think it's a fun time. I think it kind of mixes genres. Not like, I don't think the tone is perfect with some of the stuff, like the mixture between the monster movie / it's JJ kind of mashing his two genres that he likes together. It's E.T. meets, Godzilla sort of deal a little bit. It's all right. Mystery Box. Joey Does Gaming. Thank you so much for that follow. But yeah, I'm sorry. I keep saying, a lot. I'm just really my brain is on overdrive with all these, movies that I'm going through. Napoleon Dynamite, John Heder, and the rest. I don't know any other actors in there. The guy who plays Pedro. Napoleon Dynamite. Do I have to say anything about Napoleon Dynamite? That's just a good one. Teenager Food. I haven't seen Napoleon Dynamite in a while. I knew I was going to like that movie when, like, in the first 5 minutes of the movie, he gets on the school bus and he just has he has like a wrestler doll with a string tied to it, and he just throws the wrestler doll out the window, and it's dragging him behind the school bus, and he's just hanging onto the string. That was just thinking about that. That's one of the stupidest, funniest things I've ever seen in a movie. Like, that movie made my dad laugh, and my dad does not like movies like Napoleon Dynamite, but like that movie made him laugh. That's a good one. Man, I need to watch Napoleon Dynamite again at some point. Oh shit. It's difficult not to look at Short Circuit through the nostalgia glasses, but I think it's a classic. It's a movie that inspired WALL-E in a lot of ways. Yeah, that makes sense. Many other robot movies. Yeah, you're right. You are correct. Donnie Darko. I didn't see that movie until, I think, 2012. That was when I was going through some of the movies that are like, were the essentials. People are like, this is a great movie. It was good. I didn't think it was amazing, but I liked it. Donnie Darko, Jake Gyllenhaal, Maggie Gyllenhaal as Jake Gyllenhaal's sister in that movie. Like, she's not a big role, but she's in that. Patrick Swayze and other people. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It has a twist ending that this kind of like, I guess you don't necessarily see coming or whatever, but yeah, it's fine. Maybe I need to rewatch it. Is it great? I don't know. You ever watched Napoleon Dynamite cartoon on Fox? No, I didn't. No, I never did. I know, like, John Heder, like, that movie made like so much fucking money, and John Heder like just didn't have a very good contract for that, so like didn't have any points on the back end. But man, if he had negotiated some sort of deal where he would have gotten some money on the box office, like, he would have made some money. But yeah, that really sucks. I'll check that out, Edgar. I will check that out after the stream. The Phantom. Oh, we watched The Phantom on a watch party here on stream a while ago, probably like 6-7 months ago, something like that. Yeah, man, The Phantom, Billy Zane. I think that's one I have nostalgia for. So it's like, it's not a very good movie. I can recognize that, but it's good. It's not very good, but it's all right. Yeah, it has some good stuff in there, man. James Remar, Billy Zane, Christy Swanson. And Treat Williams. How can I forget Treat Williams, the bad guy of that movie, who's just chewing so much scenery. It's amazing. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like Indiana Jones-esque. It's trying to kind of provide the vibe of like old movie serials from way back in the day. Every single time I say movie serials, everybody's like, cereal? Yeah, no, just movie serials from way back in the day, like Indiana Jones was trying to kind of do. Same thing with Star Wars. Star Wars was trying to kind of get those vibes as well. But yeah, let's see here. Dr. Horrible's sing-along blog. I need to rewatch that at some point soon. I don't really remember any of the songs from that, but I really, really liked that. I've only really seen it once all the way through, and every now and again I'll pull up like one of the, I'll just search it on YouTube and see like what pops up, and then just listen to one of those songs. Nathan Fillion, Captain Hammer, Neil Patrick Harris. Crap. The lady, the redheaded lady, internet lady, did the Guild. Why am I blanking on her name? Shit. I'm so bad with names today and every day. Help me out here, chat. Help me out here. The lady from Dr. Horrible sing-along blog. Internet lady. She made the Guild. Way back in the day. She was on an episode of Dr. House. That's what the show is called. Dr. House's sing-along blog. Could you imagine that? It's never lupus. Dark Shadows. Johnny Depp starring in another Tim Burton thing where he slathers on a bunch of white makeup and dark eyeshadow. Felicia Day, thank you so much. Oh my goodness. It was like on the tip of my tongue, and yet I couldn't conjure it. Yeah, they're all good in that. And that was made during the writer's strike by Joss Whedon and Jeb Whedon, his brother. Yeah. Good stuff. Dark Shadows, Tim Burton, Johnny Depp, Helena Bonham Carter. You know, they're always doing things. Michelle Pfeiffer, Chloe Grace Moretz. Real good cast. Oh, crap. The guy. Oh, now I'm blanking on more names. Anyway, great cast. I'm not going to name everybody. Green, the lady from Casino Royale. Her last name's Green. I can't remember her first name. Yeah, I'm really, really bad at name recall today and every day of my life. She's the bad lady in that, and she's real good. That's just, you know what? It's a good movie. It's not the worst in the world. I don't think it did very well when it came out, and I don't think critically it did very well. But that was one of the last Tim Burton movies that I actually liked. Ava Green, thank you. Jeez, Lou, you're saving me, guttural. Yeah, Ava Green's real good in that movie. She's again chewing the scenery. I like a good just outrageous performance that is just throwing everything at the wall. As long as it's good, you like sometimes you could go insane and like do this really bombastic, loud performance, but it could still be bad. I think she borders on good. I think maybe the end of the movie gets a little bad, but like 'cause it has like this climax that I don't really remember being very good. But plus, what's his name's in it at the end, and he plays himself. Sure, the musician guy with the black like goo coming from his eyes. Alice Cooper. There we go. We're good. I'm so bad at names today. Zombie Slayer, welcome back. Yeah, Alice Cooper plays himself from the 70s, and he looks really good. Anyway, because it takes place in the 70s. It's based on a soap opera from way back in the day that I never watched, so I had no attachment to it. But yeah, Lost in Space, classic from my childhood. I think that's one I have nostalgia for. So it's like whenever I go back to it, I'm like, this is mostly good. Not all of it's good. There's still plenty of generic shit in there that it's kind of not good. But I think overall it's a decent movie. Again, not the best thing in the world. Matt LeBlanc trying to have like a bit of an action guy career, really giving it his all. And like, hey, I like Matt LeBlanc, but I don't know. His movie career never really kind of quite took off. I think that was during the beginning of the Friends era or just before. I'm pretty sure it was during. It had to have been during. But yeah, that movie, William Hurt, Mimi Rogers, a young Lacey Chabert, and that little blonde kid. Did that kid retire? Because I don't really remember seeing him in too many other things. That wasn't the kid from Malcolm in the Middle, was it? I don't think it was. No, I think that's a different kid. And Heather Graham. Yeah, that's Gary Oldman. Speaking of chewing the scenery, Gary Oldman's the best part of that movie. Black goop coming from his eyes. I mean, I couldn't remember Alice Cooper. He has the goop. He has the black goop. Saw Lost in Space and thought the anime first. I need to watch more movies. I've heard the Netflix one's good, but I haven't seen it because Netflix has, I think, 2 seasons of Lost in Space. That was one of their first series they produced on Netflix. One of their first live action series they produced was the Lost in Space show that I never saw. Event Horizon, I had never seen that until recently. I know of the history of that movie. There's a lot of like really kind of gory stuff that got cut out of that movie from way back when that I just so I know the history. Like the studio was kind of like hesitant about including it. So it got really kind of cut down a lot. And a lot of that, like all that footage got destroyed or lost. But it kind of hinders the movie. The movie feels chopped up. It feels like it's missing something. It's not terrible. I mean, there are some terrible things in it. It's directed by Paul W.S. Anderson, the guy who did a lot of the Resident Evil movies. He did the Mortal Kombat movies. More recently, he did the Monster Hunter movie. He does a lot of video game adaptation stuff. Yeah, look, I'm not a big Paul W.S. Anderson fan. He's a little more style over substance sometimes, but it's largely a fine movie. That's very like, and you got to give it credit for a movie that I think it's like 97, 96. It's very special effects heavy. Like he was really kind of pushing the envelope with special effects. They don't live up very well or hold up very well, but it has a vibe to it. Some of the characters are a little not very great. Not very well written. But yeah, I mean, it's good. It's just not, it's not great. It could have been good. So yeah, it is still quite gory, but I feel like it should have gone all the way. It's very kind of that Doom sort of thing. It's almost like, portal from hell in space opened up on a space station, or a spaceship. And it doesn't go all the way, unfortunately. It does go pretty far, but I feel like it from what they originally, like Paul W.S. Anderson originally intended, I feel like it would have been better had they not cut it up. So that's the thing about studio interference sometimes, is it can kind of ruin, like, even if it's not necessarily like what the studio wants, it doesn't mean it's not good, and or it's even worse when you hinder a movie by taking out something that, the filmmaker intended to make it make sense. Like, the filmmaker is trying to keep this story in their brain, and while they're making a thing, they have a very specific picture. And then if you end up chopping bits out of that picture, it's not going to make sense in the end, potentially, on what you take out. I feel like it should have gone further. Oh yeah. And Alien vs. Predator is probably one of his best movies, I feel. Like AVP is fine. From what I remember, I haven't seen it in some time, but yeah. Anyway, it's funny that Lost in Space and Event Horizon are right next to each other. That wasn't intentional either. That's actually hilarious. Yeah, quite like the next Netflix show. I've heard good things, Lemony. I haven't seen it. I've heard it's good though. The Book of Eli, man, that's a real good one. That's a real good one. I love the Book of Eli. Again, another Gary Oldman performance where he's chewing the scenery. This is kind of weird. The Book of Eli and Reign of Fire next to each other, and Event Horizon and Lost in Space next to each other, because they're kind of like thematically similar movies, both of those, but in different lanes. Funnily enough, really weird. And the Invasion and Rubber next to each other too. I mean, that's not comparable, but isn't it though? Maybe. The Book of Eli. Denzel Washington, Gary Oldman, Tom Waits is in that one too. Because he was an Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus. Yeah, man, the Book of Eli was real good. I saw that movie in theaters, and I just fell in love with it. Mila Kunis in that as well. It's probably the best, one of the best movies I've seen her in, because I wasn't a gigantic fan of her before that. I mean, she was fine in That 70s Show, but like I'd never really seen her in too much else. Obviously, Family Guy. She's the voice of Meg, but man, yeah, that's just a great one. That's just a really great one. If you haven't seen the Book of Eli, definitely check it out. Post-apocalyptic Denzel movie. It's real good. Good twist too. Opening shot of Book of Eli was spicy. Yeah, the part where he's hunting the cat. That's good. That movie has amazing cinematography. It's one of my favorites. Plus the soundtrack. It's very kind of like experimental soundtrack, which is just fucking good. And it's gorgeous. And watch it. Quite liked it as a dumb fun movie. Lost in Event Horizon. Only seen the Book of Eli once in theater. I remember you liked it a lot. Yeah. Unlike the second movie, you can see the action. Got to see the Book of Eli one day. Saw it on TV ages ago. Yeah, it's a good one. Definitely give it a rewatch. Reign of Fire. Christian Bale and Matthew McConaughey in a post-apocalyptic dragon movie. Yes, please. Yeah, that's not a bad one. I don't remember it being bad. That's it. The Invasion. That's remake, like the third remake of Invasion of the Body Snatchers, starring Nicole Kidman and Daniel Craig and other people. Yeah, that's an interesting one. It's not it's not amazing, but it's definitely watchable. It kind of slow burn progression throughout the movie. You know, one of those paranoia things like, who can you trust? There's some sort of invasion going on. What is this? Some sort of invasion? Yeah. So yeah. Rubber. Have you seen Rubber? Why am I asking? No reason. No, you should definitely see Rubber. If you haven't seen Rubber, it's again not the best movie, but you gotta watch it once. Here's the selling point. It's a movie about a tire that comes to life and can blow people's heads up. That's all. Just watch the movie. Just watch it. It's a sentient psychic tire that can blow people's heads. Do I need to say anything more? Do you need anything else? Just watch the goddamn movie. Just do it. The Cabin in the Woods. Those are two good movies to have next to each other. I'm liking the themes that we got going on with some of these accidental pairings. So that would be a good double feature. Rubber and The Cabin in the Woods. Man, Cabin in the Woods. I saw that in theaters. That was a movie that sat on the shelf for a couple years. There was like what was Red Dawn and Cabin in the Woods were two different Chris Hemsworth movies that were shelved for some reason. I don't know why. But then after Thor came out, I guess the studios that had these movies decided to put them out all of a sudden. And yeah, Cabin in the Woods, I think it was Joss Whedon and Drew Goddard wrote the script, directed by Drew Goddard. And my goodness, what an excellent movie The Cabin in the Woods is. It's, not even a parody. It's not even a parody of like the Cabin in the Woods genre, where a bunch of teens go out into the woods and, there's some hillbilly family or something, that happens in the woods and, it becomes a bloodbath and all that stuff. This movie gives it a reason to be that. If you don't know anything about Cabin in the Woods, watch it. You will not be disappointed. It's so subversive and great. It's fantastic. You love Rubber just because of the no reason concept. Yeah. That opening scene in Rubber alone is really great. Why was the alien in E.T. brown? No reason. I mean, that's the whole movie right there. Perfect synopsis. Oh, by the way, Dan, I watched the Adam Sandler movie on Netflix that you liked. Which one was that? Oh, Uncut Gems. Uncut Gems is so good. What'd you think? Was it good? Did you like it? Just saw Paul W.S. Anderson directed the Resident Evil movies. Only seen the first movie. It's a guilty pleasure for me. Yeah, he directed some of them and produced them all. And he's married to Mila Jovovich. I always say I bounce between Jovovich and Jovovich. I don't know what's the proper pronunciation for that. But yeah, they're married. Hence why she's in them. And yeah, he directed some of them, but not all of them. Anyway, Reign of Fire, Invasion, Rubber, Cabin in the Woods. Yeah, Cabin in the Woods. Speaking of Chris Hemsworth, Snow White and the Huntsman. Why do I have Snow White and the Huntsman? Because Jordan had it on Blu-ray, and I was at his place once, and it was at the front, like on the table at the front of his apartment. And I was like, Snow White and the Huntsman. He was like, oh yeah, if you want that, you can have it. And I was like, free Blu-ray? Okay. The end. I've seen it. I have seen it. I have seen Snow White and the Huntsman. Moving on. The Road. Hey, look, Snow White and the Huntsman. It's whatever. It's fine. It's okay. It's fine. I have no opinion on it. The Road, man, that movie is hard. That's a tough movie, man. Just kind of desperate. You know, when we're talking about post-apocalyptic movies, The Road is just like this kind of desperate, realistic look at, you know, like The Book of Eli is a bit more like, that's a post-apocalyptic movie. It's a bit more stylized. It's a bit more, you know, it has some style to it. It's a little bit heightened. Reign of Fire, same thing. But The Road is just like this plain, direct look at some sort of natural disaster happened that has destroyed the planet in some way. Like, it's not really specifically said. I think there are earthquakes and things happening, but like they never really specifically delve into that. It's more so about just humanity and people at their most desperate. And it follows this man and his son. I think it's his son. Either way, it's a man and a kid. But Viggo Mortensen. There we go. And is that the McPhee kid? The kid, I think his name is something Scott McPhee or something like that. It is, yeah. Wow, can't believe I remember that. Cody Smith McPhee, Robert Duvall, Guy Pearce, Charlize Theron. I don't remember Charlize being in there. Oh yeah, she's his wife. What am I thinking? Yeah, if you haven't seen it, I definitely recommend that one. It's a real heartstrings puller, and it's a rough watch, but it's also really good. It hit you hard, yeah. Only read The Road, never seen the movie. Yeah. It's based on a novel that I also have not read. But my goodness, the movie's real good. Escape from L.A. Dan, why don't you have Escape from New York? That movie is way better than Escape from L.A. You're correct. Voice that just came out of me. Yeah, Escape from L.A. I saw that movie before I saw Escape from New York, FYI, when I was real little. Back in the mid to late 90s, we were visiting my aunt and uncles down in Virginia, because we were living in New York at the time. It was actually the week that Princess Diana passed away, died in the car accident. I remember that very vividly. And we were down there, and that week I watched Men in Black, Escape from L.A., The Blair Witch Project, Batman. That was the first time I'd ever seen Batman, 1989 Batman. And Escape from L.A. so vividly sticks in my mind from that weekend, or that week that we were there. There were so many things from that week that just are like eternally in my brain. Yeah. Anyway, that's one of the reasons why I have it, is that nostalgia connection to it. I really liked that movie growing up, and Escape from New York is way fucking better, but Escape from LA has like this nostalgia connection to it. So I can't really it's not a very good movie, and a lot of people make fun of it, but at the same time, that was my introduction to Snake Plissken. That was my introduction to John Carpenter's world that he created in Escape from New York. Escape from New York is way better. Because the whole, there's this running gag throughout Escape from New York where it's like, oh, I thought you were dead. Like, that's the whole thing. And in Escape from LA, the whole, they have a running joke in that. It's just like, I thought you were taller. I thought you'd be taller. Such a fucking dumb movie, but it's in my brain forever. You love the series, but I always mix those two movies in my head. Really? They're so different, though. Like, Escape from New York is so gritty, and I had never seen Escape from New York until the first Creature House, where James and I sat down and watched Escape from New York, and it was just such a different flavor from Escape from LA. Like, Escape from LA is so goofy and cartoony, and Escape from New York, it's still a little cartoony, but man, it's played way more straight. It's in more aligned with the vibe of Warrior, like the Warriors, than it is, with Escape from LA. Plus Isaac Hayes is in Escape from New York. and Bruce Campbell's in Escape from L.A. He's unrecognizable. He has a lot of makeup on because he plays he's kind of like that doctor from BioShock, where he's like doing a lot of plastic surgery on people because it's L.A. Because get it? Plastic surgery, L.A. The American President. Liz and I watched that election night. Or not election night. Yeah, election night. We watched that on election night, or the night before election night. Hi, I'm Dan. That movie's, speaking of cartoons, that is the most, I was like, this movie, this president is like a fantasy president. There's no president that would ever be like this, but it's Aaron Sorkin before he did West Wing. Actually, this was the reason why he was approached to do hey, would you be interested in writing a show that took place in the White House? And plus it's kind of almost like a pilot version of the West Wing. Not exactly, because it's like a romantic comedy, written by Aaron Sorkin, directed by Rob Reiner, who did a lot of really great movies in the 90s. A Few Good Men and all that jazz. He did so many movies. And he was Meathead on All in the Family. Anybody remember All in the Family? Anyway, The American President, Annette Bening and Michael Douglas and Martin Sheen and Michael J. Fox, and that cast is just stacked all to hell. The hospital administrator lady from Nurse Jackie's in there too. It's just a really good cast. You haven't seen either, but heard of Escape from LA? That's funny. That's really funny. John Carpenter, really great. Anyway, The American President, really good movie about the president, a single president. Who is trying to date a lobbyist. Well, she's not a lobbyist, but she is working with a political group, and he fancies her and she fancies him, and it becomes this thing, and it's just a really good movie. It's a good romantic drama thing that takes place in the White House regarding with the president. It's really good. And he's running for re-election. It's a good one. You should watch it. It's also if you watch that movie, you're this president could not exist. This president would never get elected. Unfortunately, it's very idealistic. I wish there was a president that was like that guy, but yeah, it's very progressive. It's very idealistic president that that president would. I was this is a fantasy movie when I was watching it. Especially these days. It Follows. If you've never seen It Follows, that's a spooky ass movie. Oh God, I almost dropped my phone. Spooky ass movie. It Follows is really good. Definitely one of the better horror movies of the last decade. I guess isn't this decade over now? It's 2021. Or last decade's over. I know a lot of people stop at 2020, but technically it should be 2021, right? Anyway, hi, I'm Dan. It Follows. Really good. I can't remember who directed it, but it stars Micah Monroe and nobody else that I can remember. But that's just a real good creepy one. That kind of has that John Carpenter vibe to it. Yeah, it's a good one. Should definitely check it out. Talking movies, yeah, we're back doing the rest of the Blu-ray set here, the Blu-ray collection. How you doing, F. Gonzalez and Tommy Boy the Viking? Hello. You ever seen Hood classics like Friday? We were talking about Friday earlier. Yeah, I've seen Friday. Boys in the Hood, Blood In, Blood Out. I have not seen the other two. I've only seen Friday. I do own a couple Spike Lee joints, but not too many. I think I only own a couple, and I haven't seen... Well, I've seen one of them, if I have one of them. We'll get around to them, I think, at some point here. I'm trying to find them. I know I have... Anyway, we'll get to them. I don't quite know where they are. I hope I still have them. I might have traded them in at some point. I do not know. But yeah, where we last leave off. It Follows. Good. Chocolat, Johnny Depp, that lady who's in that movie, and Alfred Molina, who's Dr. Octopus from Spider-Man. That's a good one. That's a really good one. Kind of like French. Takes place in France, I think. And Johnny Depp's like a Romani guy who lives on the water. That's a good one. Judi Dench. Yeah, that's a good one. It's just about this uptight French town or Italian town. I can't remember. It might be an Italian town. Just this uptight town where this French patisserie lady comes in and opens up a chocolate shop and turns the town upside down because it's so salacious having chocolate in the town and she's giving people advice or something. I don't know. It's just it's a good solid one of those just good solid movies. The Phantom of the Opera is here on my DVD collection, Blu-ray collection. Why'd I say DVD? Blu-ray shelf. Phantom of the Opera. Yeah, The Phantom of the Opera, starring Gerard Butler as the Phantom. Yeah, that movie. I bought it because I had never seen it and I had only heard good things, but subsequently I've only heard bad things for the most part. I'm kind of more of a fan of the stage play than I am of the movie. I haven't seen the movie from beginning to end. Or have I actually? I actually might have watched it all. No, I didn't watch it all. I've only seen parts of it. But I did watch, again, the first half hour of it because I do that with every movie. Gerard Butler really can't sing, huh? Phantom of the Opera has a special place in my heart, was in choir, and we sang most of the songs. There you go. Dun, 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 dun. Have you seen a film called Upgrade, Dan? It's really cool, violent, but good. Okay, so I've talked about that on the last stream. Directed by Lee, written and directed by Lee Wanall, from the Saw franchise and Insidious franchise and all that jazz. He directed Insidious Chapter 3, Upgrade, and most recently The Invisible Man, which is excellent. I have not seen Upgrade. It's the only of his movies. He's only made 3 movies, or directed 3 movies. Upgrade was his second, and I haven't seen it. So I've heard really good things, but I haven't seen it myself. Salacious. What does that mean? Sorry, my English isn't too great. It's salacious. Salacious is spelled with an S here. I'll spell it. Salacious. Just tawdry. Does tawdry work for you? Salacious is like, it's so audacious. It's so like salacious is like, how do you, I'm sorry, I have a wide vocabulary and yet it's tough for me to be a thesaurus sometimes. Synonyms for salacious. It's kind of like, yeah, just tawdry probably doesn't help you. That's how you spell salacious though. It's like Salacious B. Crumb from Star Wars. I don't know, Google it. There it is. It might help you out. But yeah. Just kind of like outrageous, sexy and outrageous in a way. Like that. Where were we? Chicago. Oh man, I got a couple of musicals right next to each other. Chicago, really good movie. Yeah, that's a good one. That's probably Renee Zellweger. Like, I'm not a big fan of Renee Zellweger, but like she's good in that movie. She's really good. She can be good. It's just I don't like her in a lot of stuff. Unfortunately, I really wish I did. But really good movie. Catherine Zeta-Jones. Got a million people in that movie. Queen Latifah's in it. Oh, why am I blanking on Richard Gere? There we go, Richard Gere. And then I was also thinking of the guy who plays her husband, Renee Zellweger's husband in that. The guy from Step Brothers. John C. Reilly. Jeez Lou. Robert C. Reilly. Salacious is the D&D version of SSOHPKC. Sure. Okay, I see. Gotcha. Yeah. But yeah, Chicago, man, that's good. He had it coming. And also the entire fucking reason I say all that jazz all the fucking time. And all that jazz. Yeah, I like musicals. Could you tell? I own a lot of them. A lot of my favorite musicals I own. Oh man, La La Land is almost right next to them. What is wrong with me? Amélie, directed by Jean-Pierre Jeunet. Again, he directed Delicatessen, one of my favorite movies. French director, French movie. I've never seen Amélie, but I've heard good things, and I know Liz watched it at one point. I saw the end of it once, but I have not seen it myself. La La Land, that was a gift from Bent Fork from the chat a while back, and really good movie. I really liked La La Land. I didn't think it was like the most amazing thing ever. That was the second movie from Damien Chazelle, who made Whiplash. I love Whiplash, and La La Land's really well made and really good. It's just I wasn't, they're not really comparable movies, but like La La Land's just really good. I couldn't sing one of the songs from that movie though. It didn't really have very memorable songs. La La Land, the Best Picture winner. Oh wait, take that, Moonlight. Yeah. Speaking of musicals, have you seen The Greatest Showman? I've seen the opening scene of The Greatest Showman, but I haven't watched the movie. I'm not a big fan of like the sensationalization of he's P.T. Barnum, right? Or who is he supposed to be in that? That movie is outrageously historically inaccurate, and I don't like the idea of portraying that guy as a hero, but it has some good music, right? Am I right? Yeah. Very, very catchy tunes. But I haven't seen it all the way through. I just saw the opening scene, which great song, really great song. What was the name of that first song in that movie? I want to sing some of it. The Artist. I still haven't seen that. That's a silent movie. I think it won Best Picture. I could be wrong, but it was at the very least nominated for Best Picture. Yes, you're right. Good music in that movie. Yeah. Yeah, really good music. Want to see a movie called Crossroads because there's a really cool guitar solo duel scene at the end with Ralph Macchio and Steve Vai, but I don't know if it's going to be fun to watch the whole film. Crossroads made me think of that Britney Spears movie, which I did see, starring Boom Cat and Zoe Saldana and Britney Spears. Y'all remember that movie? I saw that movie way back in the day. Great movie, The Artist. I really want to see it, and hence why I own it, but I still haven't watched it yet. Air Force One, get off my plane. Yeah. Air Force One, what can you say? Gary Oldman, Harrison Ford. Is Glenn Close the vice president in that movie, or am I thinking of a different movie? I'm pretty sure it's Glenn Close. Or maybe she's not the vice president, but she's like the next in command, because I think maybe the vice president is killed. I can't remember. Anyway, Air Force One, really great movie. Watch it if you haven't. Get off my plane. Fury, another Bent Fork gift. Very sweet of him to send me that one. I still haven't watched it yet. That's a David Ayer movie that I've heard is really good. Brad Pitt, Shia LaBeouf, Tom Hardy, like really great ass cast in that movie. I'm pretty sure Tom Hardy's in that, right? Michael Pena, like really good cast about like this tank crew. I think during World War II, they would have had to have been, right? Haven't seen it, but I've heard it's really good. Love Shane in that. Oh yeah, Shane's in that. Interesting. Shane. Fury, another great movie. John Bernthal rubbing his head and masking people something. Masking you. Yeah, he does have like those actor tricks. Some actors have their thing. It's like Owen Wilson with WoW, or Brad Pitt has some things too. Like there's certain actors who have certain like little. It's almost like a poker tell in a way. Like these things they lean on. Leonardo with squinting. Leonardo DiCaprio. Clint Eastwood just looking exactly. Shia LaBeouf was actually good in that too. Yeah, I've heard really good things. I think Shia LaBeouf's a really great actor. Weird person, but really great actor. All right, so I already showed all the Scream movies, but I also have the Scream 5 film set because it came with 2 different documentaries on the making of those movies, or like it was those documentaries were made I think around 2011, 2012. So I was like, I have to get this because I want to watch the making of docs, which I did at some point, and they were good. And they had some of the cast members from those movies in there, like Laurie Metcalf and I think Liev Schreiber. I can't really remember, actually. It's been a while since I've watched that. I should watch those again. Didn't like the kid in it, though. Ooh, take that, kid. Terrible Thief, how are you doing? Would you possibly in the future begin a 4K movie collection? I do have some 4K movies. I mean, at this point, we're beyond 4K movies, but yeah, I already have. But from this point on, like, again, this is like if you look at I got a lot of Blu-rays. A lot of the 4Ks are up towards the top. So yeah, I have some 4K Blu-rays. I probably have like at least 10, I would say. But yeah, let's go back down here. It's quite a vast collection. I mean, the last 4K Blu-ray I picked up was either Hell or High Water or 1917. Which, man, 1917, I saw that in theaters, but seeing it in 4K on my TV, my goodness, that movie is so fucking good. Really great movie. Meow. Trying to get this all squared up. That should be about good, hopefully. Let's try to tweak it just a little bit that way. Come on now. Yep. Too far. Yep. Perfect. Okay, Rounders. Haven't seen it. Poker movie. Matt Damon. oh crap, who's in it? Ed Norton, Matt Damon, and I know John Malkovich plays a Russian character with a horrible Russian accent. Tomb Raider with Jolie, yeah. Never seen Scream, but I saw Scary Movie. Hackerhead, watch the Scream movies, please. Don't watch Scary Movie. Watch Scream. Hoping to start my physical collection when my birthday rolls around next month. Nice. Hell yeah. Good luck. Yo, some Tin. Love that movie, and it's such a beautiful movie. All right, here, yeah, let's start rolling through. Rounders. Haven't seen it, but it's on the list. My brother is a big poker guy, so he's talked it up for years and years and years, and that's why I own it. I would like to watch it at some point. Contagion, the movie that we're all living through right now. Need I say more? The Score. I saw Contagion in theaters, actually. After that movie, I was like, I need to wash my hands more. The Score. Speaking of more, Ed Norton, Robert De Niro, Marlon Brando's last performance, I'm pretty sure, on-screen performance. Totally checked out by that point, but Marlon Brando had been checked out for decades. The Wolf of Wall Street. Yeah. I've watched half of that movie. I never finished it. It's a 3-hour-long movie full of excess and Martin Scorsese just doing what he do. I switch between Sazy and Sezzy. I don't know which one. I've heard both. Excuse me. Here, I'm going to hydrate real fast. My throat is getting dry. I don't want fire. I just want to start a flame in your heart. I was listening to some oldie music earlier, and I was just like, I want to just sing a whole song, just like, I'm walking down the street, and I think it's neat, and that's what I like to do. I want to do that at some point. Have a good one, Tommy Boy Viking. The Viking. Have a good one. Yeah, have a fun time playing some games. Yeah. Okay, we're good. Wolf of Wall Street. I need to finish that movie. Hannibal. Yeah, Liz and I finally watched that again since we watched Silence of the Lambs. I don't know why that's not next to Silence of the Lambs. Don't worry about it. I think we're in the bluish section. They were like these originally color coded at one point, so it was like yellow, reddish, and then I had a blue section, so that's why they're kind of different colors going on here. Hannibal. That movie is not very good comparative to Silence of the Lambs. It's Ridley Scott doing the sequel to Silence of the Lambs. Half of it's a good movie. The guy from Casino Royale, the Italian actor from Casino Royale and Quantum of Solace is in it. And his storyline's pretty good. But pretty much all of the stuff with Julianne Moore playing Clarice is just not very good. It's just not very good. So, yeah. It's a half good movie. I liked the plot line that took place in Italy. Everything else wasn't very good. Forrest Gump. I mean, it's Forrest Gump. We all know Forrest Gump, right? Have you seen Forrest Gump? If you haven't, you should watch Forrest Gump. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Yes. Best movie ever. Gene Wilder. Fucking amazing. Yes, please. All day, every day. One of the best. Violet, you're turning violet, Violet. Yeah, endlessly quotable. What is this, Wonka? Some sort of fun house? Why? Having fun? Yeah, it's just one of the best. And the rowers just keep on rowing. They're showing no signs that they are slowing. That movie's insane. You know what we need? We need a scary tunnel. Have you ever seen How It Should Have Ended for Willy Wonka the Chocolate Factory? It's so fucking good. Yeah. One of the best movies ever, in my opinion. Beetlejuice, also really good. Tim Burton, I think it's his second movie. It was his follow-up to Pee-wee's Playhouse, not Pee-wee's Playhouse, Pee-wee's Big Adventure. And my goodness, that movie's great. That movie is so fucking good. Really great cast. You obviously got Michael Keaton as the titular Beetlejuice, not spelled like Beetle, like, you know, it's not B-E-A. It's B-E-E. Well, no, actually, no, they spell it differently in here. No, it isn't. Yeah, it's B-E-E-T-L-E. The movie's called Juice that way, but in the movie it's B-E-T-L-E-G-E-U-S-E or S-S-E. It's spelled like Beetlegeist, hence why in the movie they're like Beetlegeist, as opposed to Beetlejuice. For some reason, the movie's spelled that way in the title. I mean, it makes sense, but it's also kind of weird because it's not spelled that way in the movie. You fell asleep, back yet again? Oh my God. Lester Napoleon Green. What's that mean? What's that mean? What's Lester Napoleon Green? Is that an actor? Winona Ryder, the amazing Catherine O'Hara, who's like one of my favorite actresses, especially since watching Schitt's Creek. But I mean, she's amazing in everything, right? She's the mom in Home Alone and the mom in Beetlejuice as well. Dietz, the mother Dietz. Jeffrey Jones, convicted pedophile. He's the father in that movie. He's really great in it, but again, convicted pedophile. And the guy who plays Otho, he's so great. Otho is a great character. I can't remember. Like, he's so full of shit. and Catherine O'Hara's character is hilarious. Anyway, and Alec Baldwin and Gina Davis and, a million other character actors that you've seen in a bunch of stuff. And just like Tim Burton, full Tim Burton. And it was during that magical time where he could kind of do no wrong. Yeah, Beetlejuice is great. The Overs screwing with you, in effect done by Beetlejuice, him, she, themselves. Yes, the title on the Blu-ray is Elmrab. I'm so confused. Mean? Gotta see Beetlejuice one, Faye? Man, Zombie Slayer, you're really sleepy. Yes, all those things and more. The Patriot, Mel Gibson, starring in The Patriot, directed by Roland Emmerich, director of Independence Day and like Day After Tomorrow and 2012. He typically does disaster movies. This is him kind of doing, you know what, like historical accuracy isn't the best in The Patriot. But I mean, it somewhat is historically accurate, somewhat isn't. It's kind of about this, not rogue, but like a militia group, an American militia group fighting in the Revolutionary War against kind of a rogue splinter cell group of the British Army. And it's real good. It's real good. It's like, I really like that movie. There's parts in that give me goosebumps. Mel Gibson, Heath Ledger, Jason Isaacs, just so many great actors in that movie. I've if you've ever seen my YouTube channel, I have a couple different recuts of the scene where General Cornwallis sits down with Mel Gibson's character. And yeah, I like to recut that scene because I'm a real big dumb. I only know that from your edits. Yeah, I'm a dumb. But I really like I just grew up with that movie. I watched it a bunch on TV, and we also had it on VHS. So that's just a great one. Such a Mel Gibson movie. It really is such a Mel Gibson movie. Sorry, I meant the title on the Blu-ray is Screwing With You, because whether it spells beetle, justice, juice. Yeah, sorry about that. Now you're fine. Now my phone screwed me over. Juice, not justice. Yeah, tastes like juice. Yeah. Anyway. I completely get what you mean. But yeah, The Patriot, really good one. Secondhand Lions. Have y'all ever seen Secondhand Lions? That's Haley Joel Osment in kind of his awkward teen years. Michael Caine and Robert Duvall. It's just a really kind of good three-hander with those two. And Keira Sedgwick plays like Haley Joel Osment's mother, who leaves her son, that's her son, leaves him with her two kind of estranged uncles, who there's kind of a family legend that these two uncles have, like, well, they are clearly, they have money, and supposedly they have money that they've kind of hidden, like a large fortune, and they're leaving this kid, their son, with them, who they don't get along with very well. They're not very good parents. They leave their son with these uncles in hopes that the kid endears the uncles, and when they die, they'll leave him in the will and they'll be able to take the money, sort of deal, because they're supposedly on the way out. And Michael Caine and Robert Duvall play brothers who are have these kind of fantastical lives, and fighting through wars, and maybe they did get some treasure somewhere. It's kind of they're telling stories. It's mainly all told through stories, and it's just a good, like, random. It's just one of those good movies to, like, when it was on TV, I was always like, yeah. Stone Cold Steve Irwins, thank you for that follow. Amazing name. So in terms of percentage, how far are we into the collection? T-Love, we are, I'd say, a solid 75% of the way through. Although I still have the TV stuff, but the TV stuff will be way easier because, you know, all I have to do is talk about a show, not each individual season. But yeah, we're almost there. We're almost there. If you look at the wide, we got that much left. That's how much we got left, and we've already been through all of this. Oh my God, there's too many movies here. There's too many movies here. So yeah, we're working it. We're working it, baby. We're working it. We're sissying that walk. Here, let me zoom in since we're kind of getting through this already. That way we can see the spines a little bit better. Perfect. Unless we get The Simpsons 24-hour stream ahead. Well, I mean, you can very concisely talk about The Simpsons. Yeah, there's a million great episodes, but I'm not going to go into them. Okay, anyway. What is it? The Legend of Tintin? Is that the name of that movie? What was the name of that movie? Something Tintin. The Adventures of Tintin? Yeah. The Adventures of Tintin, the movie series that was supposed to be a series that was supposed to be switched between Steven Spielberg and Peter Jackson were going to trade off. That was the idea, was they were going to adapt Tintin comics and trade off every other movie. Like Spielberg would direct one and Jackson would direct one, and then Spielberg would direct one and then Jackson would direct one. Well, only one's made it out of the kitchen in the last, 9 years. So, or like 8 years. And Tintin's really good. The Adventures of Tintin is really good. Stars Jamie Bell and Andy Serkis, and the bad guys played by Daniel Craig. Really good. It's like a motion capture, 3D animated movie directed by Spielberg. It's really good. It's actually really good. It's the copy I have is 3D. Yeah, I really like it. Rin Tin Tin. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, it was good. Forgot movies were sold in 3D. That style dropped very quick. Yeah, they don't really do 3D so much anymore. I was into 3D though, and I had a 3D monitor at the time, so I bought a bunch of 3D movies, and my projector also could do 3D. So I have most of my Marvel movies up. My Marvel movies up to Age of Ultron are all 3D for the ones that were available in 3D. Anyway, hi, I'm Dan. Really like that Tintin movie. I do too. It's a good one. It's quite a good one. Got to watch A Knight's Tale in full one day. Oh, it's so fucking... A Knight's Tale is really good. Blew some minds the next day when I said it was the Joker. Yeah, Heath Ledger. That was the movie that put Heath Ledger on the map for me. That and 10 Things I Hate About You. Anyway, we'll get to it. Don't skip ahead. The Wrestler. I actually did a podcast with The Ray Zombie talking about The Wrestler. If you're interested in listening to that, check out my Patreon. Patreon.com/DanceNews. I'm trying to put it in the chat. Typing with my phone. Check out my Patreon. Secret of the Unicorn, right? Yeah, that's what they adapted for that one. But yeah, definitely check out that podcast. It was a real good one. I watched, Ray and I both watched The Wrestler and then talked about it afterwards. And it's a real good one. That was his pick. And yeah, that's just a really good one. Darren Aronofsky. I really like a lot of his movies. I don't like them all, but I never saw Noah. And I still haven't seen Pi yet either, but I really like Requiem for a Dream. I really like The Wrestler. I really like Black Swan. I have Black Swan on here somewhere, I thought. Maybe. Oh yeah, it's definitely towards the bottom. Okay. Anyway, The Wrestler, really good. For $1, you can check out that podcast. Just, sign up and then scroll through the feed. You'll find it. Blow, Johnny Depp and Penelope Cruz and Pee Wee Herman. Yes. And that big guy, who isn't big anymore. I can't remember the actor's name, but the guy from My Name is Earl, and he was also I most recently saw him in Santa Clarita Diet. Anyway, he was also in Boy Meets World, I think? Yeah. And Remember the Titans. If you ever saw Remember the Titans, he was the big blonde guy. Anyway, that dude, really, really good, just good, solid movie. Was that Brian De Palma as well? Who directed Blow? I have no idea who directed Blow, but that's a good snappy, just kind of drug dealery movie Where it's like, we're dealing drugs. Everything's great. Oh, wait, everything's not great. Oh, why did I deal all those drugs? It's one of those movies. That big guy, Tom Hanks, no, physically big. I described all the things I could have possibly done. Hey, Blue Shadow, how are you doing? Quoting Family Guy. That's the guy from Big. I get it now. John Q. I watched that one recently. I like that movie. It's not perfect, but I like that movie. That was another one where it's like if I was flipping through TV, I always stopped and watched that. John Q is pretty good. It's about a guy who holds a hospital hostage because his son needs surgery and he can't afford it. So he's like, "Do you fucking give my son a heart?" Oh yeah, he needs to be put on the list to get a heart, and they couldn't afford it. So, really good movie. That's a good one. Lucky Number 11. I still haven't watched Lucky Number 11 yet. My brother recommended that to me a million years ago, and I still haven't seen it. Josh Hartnett and Bruce Willis. I haven't seen it. I'm the worst person in the world because that's one that's been. Would people these days say lucky #Slevin because it's a / lucky #Slevin? Am I right, everybody? Oh, good one. That was a good one. Always love watching movies with Denzel. You get to hang out with Denzel while you watch movies. Lucky. The Italian Job. Yeah, The Italian Job. That's a good one. Directed by F. Gary Gray. Just a really good, solid movie. Edward Norton, Charlize Theron, Mark Wahlberg, Jason Statham, Seth Green. That's a cast. That's a cast to kill for. Donald Sutherland, and the spawn of my love for Mini Coopers. Yeah, that's a really great one. Domino. That was one of Tony Scott's last movies, where Keira Knightley, there we go. Keira Knightley plays Domino Harvey. I just remember the trailer. My name is Domino Harvey. That's my impression of her. Lucky Number 11 is a great movie. Also stars Lucy Liu. I love Lucy Liu. Yeah, that cutaway is still so great. The big thing. It's like Cooper, but mini. Oh, yeah. Oh, Coop. I wonder how he's doing. I've closed the door, hopefully not disturbing him. And hopefully Liz is getting some sleep. But if not, after the stream, I'll relieve her and say, go sleep. I also got to go faster because this is taking forever. I keep saying that, and I never speed up. A Knight's Tale, man. If you have not seen A Knight's Tale, watch that movie. Written and directed by Brian Helgeland, and stars so many great actors. It was the beginning of my love affair with Paul Bettany, Heath Ledger, the guy who plays the king in the first season of Game of Thrones, Robert Baratheon. He was also in a show called Still Standing, which is actually a pretty good show. Yeah, so many great actors and actresses in there. Really fucking good. And the main bad guy in that movie has my eye thing. Has like the little eye, big eye thing. It's called ptosis. That's the name of the condition where my eyelid muscle is I have a muscle deficiency in one of my eyelids, and that guy has it too. May have never seen Knight's Tale. Don't hurt me. Do it. Absolutely do it. Only seen Magnificent Seven and Book of Eli. Wait, out of all those movies, what's an absolute recommend for movies starring Denzel? Ooh. Absolute for Denzel. I've never seen Training Day, but I've heard that's a pretty good one. Good God, now I'm like, I've seen 800 million movies with Denzel. Remember the Titans is excellent. If you haven't seen that, that's a great one. Oh geez, I'm trying to think. Man on Fire is really good. Obviously John Q. We just said that. John Q's a good one. Trying to think of like. He's generally a part of ensembles a lot of the time. He was in a movie called Glory. I think he won an Oscar for that. I could be wrong. With Matthew Broderick and Morgan Freeman. That's a really good one. Yeah, anyway. Inside Man. Yeah, I think I have Inside Man because we were talking about Spike Lee movies. I'm pretty sure I have that movie. Inside Man's pretty good. Forgot Paul was in it. I'm loving him in WandaVision. Yeah, well, I mean, that's the movie that put him on the map for me. That and A Beautiful Mind. And yeah, Paul Bettany is excellent. I'm glad to see he's actually like popping off in the Avengers movies, because Paul Bettany has always been great and will continue to be great. The Sandlot, classic movie. You Killing Me, Smalls. Hocus Pocus, same thing, classic movie. I think it's only grown in popularity as time goes on. Friend of the channel, Doug Jones plays Billy, the guy with his mouth sewn shut. That's his name, Billy, the guy with his mouth sewn shut. He scared the shit out of me when I was a kid, and that was probably the first thing I ever saw Doug Jones in as well. Where the Wild Things Are, directed by Spike Jonze and starring James Gandolfini is like the main monster guy. I've never finished that movie. I again watched probably about half of it. I loved the Where the Wild Things Are book when I was growing up, but yeah, I didn't finish the movie. Not couldn't finish the movie, but I've never finished it, so can't really speak to the quality. It wasn't like hyper engaging, but it had a very great visual style. The effects were incredible in that. I wonder if they hold up, because they kind of had like practical suits, but then they like animated the faces, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, they had really good effects for kind of a lower budget movie. Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Oh my God, the child kidnapper guy in that movie scared the shit out of me as a kid. Anybody remember Chitty Chitty Bang Bang? Fences was another one of his movies I nearly watched. Yeah, same here. I wanted to see Fences just because I love the lady from that movie. Shit, the actress. I can't remember her name off the top of my head. Training Day is on your radar. Nice. Okay, we'll look into it. Always wanted to get into his movies. Yeah. Do it. Denzel's the best. There are probably other ones that I'm not forgetting. I'm bad at pulling out movies sometimes from my brain. The Tomb Raider, Lara Croft's Tomb Raider. I only have the first one, I guess. I thought I had both of them. But yeah, man, I had such a crush on Angelina Jolie when I was younger, Angelina Jolie. And the Tomb Raider movies certainly satisfied that attraction. Man, that first movie, not very good. Or is it good? I don't know. They're fine, right? Like, those two movies are fine. They're not amazing, but they're fine. Daniel Craig and Gerard Butler are like the guy standing next to her in those movies. Daniel Craig kind of like a double agentish kind of guy. Like, can you trust him? Can you not? Gerard Butler, kind of same thing, but not really. In the second one, Cradle of Life really kind of got out there. And then Jaimin Hanso was in that, right? Jaimin Hanso, pretty sure. Maybe. Hello, Bueller. Tomb Raider movies are okay. They are not hot garb, but not something to write home about. Exactly. I'm right there with you. Dracula BCY, thank you so much for that follow. She steals the show in Fences. Viola Davis, thank you so much. Oh my God. Yeah, Viola Davis is great in anything she pops up in. Just like Denzel. The only time I heard the Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, I was thinking that T-Love. Oh, you, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, he loves you. Oh. Yeah. Chitty! Apparently that was improvised. Love Robert Downey Jr. Sherlock. Find them so stylish, but that's Guy Ritchie for you. Yeah, me too. I agree. Oh yeah, we're getting there. Okay, yeah, Sherlock Holmes and Sherlock Holmes: A Game of Shadows. I love those movies too. I saw Sherlock Holmes in theaters. Okay, this is going to be a little bit of a tangent. I know I said I need to go faster, but this is a tangent. I grew up loving Sherlock Holmes. Like Sherlock Holmes and James Bond were like my favorite just characters. Hence why it makes sense that I love Batman so much, because Batman is James Bond and Sherlock Holmes and, Zora crammed together. Did I say Zora? Zorro. Zorro crammed together. Like they're that vigilante detective, kind of character that I just love. And so I've never read any actual Arthur Conan Doyle stories. You think I would have, but I love mysteries growing up. So the idea of this guy who's like the best at solving mysteries was just such a great, appealing thing. And I grew up watching some of the shorts from way back in the day. I think they're like movie serials of Sherlock Holmes. I can't remember the actor who's in it, but like there were $1 DVDs at Walmart that had like kind of like a couple episodes of Sherlock, and I absolutely loved those stories, and it's just classic, right? So I just love the character and the stories. And so obviously we talked earlier with the show Sherlock. I love a modern adaptation of that, but like seeing what Robert Downey Jr. and Jude Law, like they embody those characters very well. And it's kind of weird that like Sherlock Holmes has just become Sherlock as an asshole and Watson is like trying to clean up after him. Like that's kind of become like a modern thing a little bit. Like he was, I don't know, from my, like, and I haven't read a lot of the books, a lot of the stories, so I don't really know, but like from my initial exposure to Sherlock, it was just like Sherlock is a very smart man and Watson is like the guy who's along with him, who's a doctor and like, who's just like, oh, Sherlock, what is going on here? And Sherlock's just like, this is what's going on, my friend. And like, that's kind of Sherlock Holmes. But like, he's kind of like in more modern retellings, he's generally just like an asshole all the time. They kind of just show him as like a asshole genius who has no empathy and or social awareness. I don't know if that was in the stories initially or not, but yeah, anyway. So it's a shame that guy is not directing the third one. Who's directing the third one? Oh, isn't it? It's what's his name? The guy who directed Rocket Man and such, right? Dexter Fletcher. I'm pretty sure. You know what? I'm down for that though. I'm down for Dexter Fletcher to direct it because he has a very not a straight up similar style. But what's up? Is he still? Yeah. Do you want me to wind it down? Okay. All righty. Looks like we're going to have to part 3 this. We're nearly 3 hours in, and Cooper has just not stopped leaving Liz alone. She's trying to sleep. She was trying to give me time to stream, but he's just not calming down. For some reason, I don't know what it is. Like, he just won't calm down without me being in the room for some reason. It's going to be a trilogy. Oh, yeah. Just want to say, I hope you mention the best Holmes and Watson adaptation. Yeah, it's House. Hint, hint the name of it is in this comment. Oh, Holmes and Watson? Oh, the one with Ian McKellen? Is that what you're talking about? Adaptation? I don't know. It says adaptation. Yeah, we're going to have to wind down the stream. We're not going to be able to finish. I'm sorry, y'all. We only got, like, you want to see what's funny? Is we started here. And didn't make it all the way through, but Liz needs to sleep and I need to go relieve her of Cooper duty. I'm sorry. I'm effing so sorry that we weren't able to finish this. But I have a sick cat who's post surgery, who's still healing up, and we gotta make sure that he's good. Holmes and Watson. Oh, I never saw Holmes and Watson. I never saw that one. Give Coop I will do. Give him some pants. Yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. We'll be back whenever I can stream again. Hopefully at some point. But yeah, Cooper's misbehaving. So yeah, and John C. Reilly, yeah. Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly. Yep. All right, y'all. Well, I appreciate you coming around. The support was crazy. Thank you for everybody who has helped towards us, taking care of Coop, his surgery cost and helping pay rent. That helps out a lot. And I appreciate it. Give Coop the love from us. Yeah. I'm sorry I've had to cut these off. But Cat comes first and Liz comes first. And yeah, so thank you everybody. It was super sweet. I'm trying to get in the streams when I can. Hopefully in the next couple weeks, things will calm down. But yeah. Thanks for the great stream, Dan. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, everybody. I really appreciate you. Stick around for the credits to see the amazing peeps who help support the stream. You are all amazing peeps for watching and hanging out and chatting. It's super fun. I always love sharing my love of movies with y'all. I could talk for hours and hours, and I have. I've been 9 hours talking about these movies, and I'm still not done. I'm a crazy person. So yeah, love y'all. Have a good one. See you later. Goodbye.
It's your boy Giovanni Alfredo, blaring through BTCV Radio. Listen to me and know what I know, teaching you through my fire rhyme flow. There's no telling how fast that I'll grow, transcending all the levels, see how far that I go. Oh, Hell yeah, man, you know me. It's Alfredo, Giovanni. Follow me if you wanna live, but if you don't, wait and see how many shits that I give. The day is done and it's time to be brave. Gather round and soon we'll be
Breaking out of the dance cave. Breaking out of the dance cave. Breaking out of the dance cave. Breaking out of.
Alright, get out of here. You're gone, you broke out. We're good. We're parting ways. Don't follow me. Do not follow me. Look, they're starting to fade it out. I gotta go. I don't want you following me, please. Separate ways. We're parting. Get out of here. Bye.